Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to another Tinfoil Tuesday. Very excited to be here with you all to show you some of the stuff I found since the last time we covered the tinfoil stuff. If you haven't seen the show before, maybe, I don't know, there might be someone here. We take a look at all sorts of weird conspiracies and delusional beliefs. It's very fun. We play bingo. We talk about why people believe these things, the commonalities and sort of human narrative structure and why people believe what they do. And we tell some stupid jokes. So it's usually a lot of fun. Welcome, welcome. How is everyone doing? Hey Jimbo, Jellyfish, Terradona, Ken Sister Sue, Will Kill, Demon Trigger, Bumble Homestead, Phoenix 2250, NB Volpine, Wannabe, how's it going? Did I already say Jay's a proxy? Yes, I did. Who else? Bittergrin, Afghanistan, Nemesaur, Alice, Dieform, and everyone else that I didn't get to. Welcome, welcome. I try to get as many people as I can in every intro, but you know. Today, we're going to be taking a look at even more conspiracies. We are, of course, going to be playing Conspiracy Bingo, so if you'd like to play that, make sure you get your card ready with the command ! Bingo with no space. Boy, let's see what I missed in chat. Fennikagami with 54 months. Oh, we're on a hype train, by the way. If you want to help out the hype train on Twitch, it's the last day of the month, so I'd really appreciate it. We are getting close to our sub goal. We're only 21 subs away, and it is 35% off bundles of gift subs right now. So here on the last day of the month, if you wanted to help us get to that goal, thank you so much. We just got one. Excellent. Let me get through these ones I missed before, and then I will get to the most recent one. Thank you, Altered Undying. Fennikagami with 54 months says, woohoo, got my AC fixed before the heat wave hit. On top of that, loving that the only thing the Republicans can say about the DSA is either sounding like they're running ads for them, or please don't elect them, or there may be consequences for our actions. Fennikagami, thanks for a 155 stream streak. Afghanistan, thank you for a 20 stream streak, says, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Ken Sister Sue, thanks for a 100 stream streak. Woo, a centennial. Ken Sister Sue says, thanks once again for all the effort you go to entertain us. By the way, that color really suits you. Thank you. Altered Undying, thank you so much for 100 bits. Felicity, thank you for 18 months, says, hey Hannah, I'm coming to terms with at least one of my parents being a giant piece of shit. It sucks, but I'm managing. Sending lots of love for Massachusetts. That can be really hard. That's a very difficult thing, but I promise you can get through it and things will be better. That realization is necessary, it's hard, but you'll get there, and things are gonna be okay. That's also a stream baby. Let's see, last night I watched Altered States for the first time, so this baby is named Hallucinogenic Drug-Induced Reverse Evolution Monkey Man. I hope you caught that. I'm not gonna repeat it. Bumble Homestead, thanks for a 100 stream streak, another centennial. Says, thanks for the stream. I'm making spaghetti and meatballs to go with the focaccia bread I got on sale. I do have Parmesan Reggiano. Very nice. Sounds delicious. Phoenix Leftist, thanks for a 215 stream streak. Carpcosian with a 5 stream streak says, the fireworks suck. I dread the 4th and New Year's. Agreed. I'm not a big fireworks person, on top of, you know, people who suffer from, like, PTSD and stuff. I just don't get it. I don't get why it's fun. I think drones would probably be better. You seen drone shows? Those are pretty fun. Altered Undying, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much. Bittergrin, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Nemesaur, thank you for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. And Overthought, thanks for gifting 5 subs. Wow, very generous of all of you. Thank you so much. And we did get to our sub goal for the month. So thank you everyone who's gifted subs, who helps this channel continue entertaining and getting to hang out with you guys. Overthought, thanks for gifting a sub to Carpcosian. Couscous983, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Sweet Lily Love with 185 stream streak says, always so happy when Hannah shows up. Me too. Disassociation isn't fun. Stone Corpel, thanks for gifting a sub. Medicated Person, thanks for an 85 stream streak. And Janerdy, finally, with a 7 stream streak, says, in 4 days I'm having to wear a knee brace basically all day for God knows how long. Let's just say I'm going to appreciate Hannah's distraction. Hannah's distraction? I appreciate the breathe. More breathes. Dilla Spiller, thank you for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Wow, wow, wow. We are over our goal by like 20%. Or 20% of the 100, 20 divided by 4, 5%. Thank you, everyone.
Hi there, I'm Megan and I go by Solar Glow Meditations. Tonight we're going to have a dowsing.
Oh, I didn't introduce this. I also need to do my little housekeeping for YouTube. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor and hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. Hype it later if you're watching the VOD. Thank you very much.
Hi there, I'm Megan and I go by Solar Glow Meditations. Tonight we're going to have a...
Oh, duh, I didn't introduce it again. I'm doing very well today. This is the divining rod woman, and today she's going to be asking questions about cryptids. Very important stuff. Batman the Horse, thanks for gifting a sub to Oh Boy Felix.
Hi there, I'm...
Sorry, Dodger Mutt. Where was that? I missed Dodger Mutt's message, apparently. Get that real quick, and then we'll get going. Where did I miss that? Gotta be up here somewhere. Doon, 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 doo, doo, doon, 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 doon. Where is it? Can I just look at messages from you? Hold on. I don't see it. Could you copy paste it again, please? Or could someone respond to it so I can jump to it real quick?
I'm Megan and I go by Solar...
I don't see it for some reason. I might just be missing it.
Glow Meditations. Tonight we're going to have a dowsing rod session where I will be asking questions that you guys have submitted. So if you guys have questions that you want me to ask in these sessions, if you could submit them to the link in the description box, I'll put it down below. It helps keep me organized because my backlog of questions...
If you do it too early, it disappears, I guess. It does, yeah. If you do it too early, sometimes it does disappear. Sweet Lily Love with 100 bits says, Joseph Smith also used divining rods in various fortune-telling things, and now we have a huge cult. So these people scare me. It's technically a religion now. It's enough people. The leader died, so... No, it's a high control group, I get it. What was this? Dodger Mutt said, with the watch streak, Dodger Mutt's currently on his 70 stream streak. There we go. 5 out of the 9 Supreme Court justices were able to read the plain text of the 14th Amendment and understand what it meant. The fact that it wasn't 9-0 is disgusting and upsets me greatly. But I guess you gotta take the wins, even if they're barely. I guess you gotta take the wins. Anyway.
Keeps growing, which is fantastic. You guys are so curious and I appreciate that. So yeah, a few other things.
Imagine a world where Mormonism never became an officially recognized religion, but you're still saying it existed. Probably would have had a violent history in Utah at some point.
The future
with the federal government coming in and like doing some stuff.
Not set in stone.
Because like part of that state becoming a state was like Mormons were told basically tone it down. So they changed some of their doctrine. Star Elf, thanks for a 3-stream streak, says the divining rod quit dating. I was tired of searching for someone with depth.
Stone. Anything I ask about the future can change. It's just
minute left in the hype train.
The most likely outcome at this point in time based on the way things are going, the way people are acting, general sentiment.
That's so convenient, isn't it? You can just say, yeah, well, I could never really be wrong then, huh?
In the ether, so take those things with a grain of salt. Know that you can change.
Mormons are toned down? Yeah, the FDLS church is more similar to older versions of Mormonism.
The future, if you want to, just by changing your actions, your thoughts, and go from there. Also, I am not a medical professional. Please do not take this as medical advice. Please talk to your doctor before.
What medical advice could you possibly be giving in a video about Bigfoot?
Making any decisions medically, and in this case it's for entertainment purposes only. Other things I don't know.
Jay's a Proxy says, did you hear about the free flow period woman who conspired with her dad and an undercover FBI agent to end her now ex? I think we covered her on Tuesday before. Crazy case. What? Do you have an article or a link? Phoenix Leftist, thanks for 50 bits, and thank you for that incredible hype train, everyone. I appreciate you all so much.
Necessarily.
And we made this month's goal! Woohoo! I'm sorry this month that so many things prevented me from streaming a lot of days, more days than usual. In the coming month, I'll make up for it. I am planning on doing some longer streams and making sure I'm able to do more days, so I'm sorry about this last month. Dillis Filler says, to quote an Esquire article, Chief Justice John Roberts, an executive power enthusiast and judicial drag. Oh, that man's fucking evil. Garatz with 47 months says, I saw a short yesterday about the Mandela effect. This lady was talking about the cornucopia from the Fruit of the Loom logo and urging everyone to search for old shirts to prove it was there, and the comments were full of people saying that they are using something to rewrite history or gaslight humanity into something. Anyway, how are you today, Hannah? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, the Mandela effect stuff is unfortunate. Makes me sad how many people can't just admit, hey, I remembered something wrong. That's okay. Everyone does that. People do it in the same way a lot of the time. It's okay. That happens.
You believe everything that comes through the rods. This is very much for your own discernment.
You talked about having fur trappers in your family, so hundreds of beavers is family history for you. I've not seen hundreds of beavers yet. I've heard good things. I haven't seen it yet, though.
Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and go from there. So
take what resonates, leave what doesn't. What bad advice. What terrible advice. Accept what I'm ever saying that feels good to you and reject the stuff that you just kind of feel is bad. It's bad advice. It's bad advice.
Yeah, I think that covers it. Oh, if you guys want to, I do release these videos early for subscribers, so if you want to join my channel, there's a link in the YouTube website. You might have to join from a desktop computer. I know some folks have had issues with that, so yeah, with that, let's go ahead and get into it and figure out who we're talking.
Vibes-based conspiracy? Yeah, I think that would count as vibes-based, just deciding whether you believe it or not based entirely on your feelings. Vibes-based conspiracy on the bingo card.
Talking to. If you're with me and willing to answer questions, could you cross the rods for yes? Thank you. Could you open wide for no? Thank you. Could you point to the direction of your energy?
Do you think you ever get, like, bratty sticks that you tell them, like, open up, and they're like, make me?
Thank you. Am I speaking with an archangel? No, thank you. Am I speaking with an ascended master? Yes, thank you.
That's nice of that ascended master to spend time on YouTube for the day.
This is creaky today. Am I speaking with Jesus? No, thank you. Am I speaking with Mohammed? No, thank you. Am I speaking with Lord Shiva? Oh.
Okay,
Shiva.
We're apparently talking to Shiva. Let's go ahead and preempt this with poor understanding of Eastern religion or philosophy on the bingo card. For those that don't know, the Ascended Master thing is a belief coming from Theosophy, I want to say, which sort of tries to include many or all popular world religions and kind of takes all of the figureheads of those religions, whether it be like Jesus, Abraham, Buddha, Vishnu, any religious figure, god, character that you can think of, they all kind of fall into the category for theosophists that they call ascended masters. They're people who sort of like gained the knowledge to find the godhood within. It's a little like Gnosticism in that way, where it's all about like knowledge and coming to know oneself and learn your power and become detached from stuff, detached from the material. So maybe a little Buddhism in there. I don't know.
Thanks for being here.
Isn't that spirit science crap? Yes, there's a lot of theosophy in the spirit science mythology.
Interesting you're coming through today. You were right in my eyes too. Okay, let's get into the questions.
Thanks, Jay's a proxy.
Is Santa a spirit we conjure during Christmas? Yes.
Okay, you heard it here first. Santa's real, so that's good. That's real good. It's good that we get that confirmation here.
Thank you. Is Santa real?
Oh!
Yes, thank you.
Why isn't he eating my cookies?
Is Santa an actual physical being?
Oh, bullshit. See, I think that's bullshit. I think you're just gonna make shit up on the internet for, like, people to get mindless entertainment out of or whatever, to fill the time in our empty, void lives. Just tell people there's a Santa. If you're already lying to them, lie all the way. Why go for the lie that says Santa is some incorporeal spirit when you could just say, no, he's like on your roof. Ho, ho, ho. That's fun. You're gonna lie, tell a fun lie.
Oh, thank you.
What about the ice cream bunny?
Easter Bunny real?
We don't talk about Santa Claus and the ice cream bunny here.
Yes, thank you.
Santa Claus versus the devil? We can talk about that one.
Is the Easter Bunny a physical being?
That would have been hilarious if there's no physical Santa, but there is a physical Easter bunny. I would have so many questions.
No, thank you. Is the Tooth Fairy real? Yes, thank you. Is the Tooth Fairy a physical being? No, thank you.
What would that even mean? Because, like, at least with Santa, there's tropes and sort of a cultural understanding of what it means when you say, oh, Santa's like the spirit of Christmas. All it really means is that Santa is a fictional or folkloric character that in culture we kind of accept as a stand-in for the spirit of the season, right? That's fine. But what's the Tooth Fairy then? Like, the Tooth Fairy, in terms of, like, what do you even call the Tooth Fairy? Folklore, I guess? I don't know how far back the Tooth Fairy, like, myth goes, or if it's a relatively modern, like, 20th century invention. I really don't know. But what is the spirit of the Tooth Fairy? Like, I understand, like, oh, Santa's not like a physical being. He's like a, you know, it's bullshit, but I get the trope she's tapping into. What is the non-physical entity of the Tooth Fairy for? Like, I know they made, like, hold on. You guys remember this? Kirstie Alley Toothless. You guys remember they did a movie? Oh, all of it's on YouTube. That's a Disney movie. They shouldn't do that, probably. Here's the trailer.
From Walt Disney Home Video, some people go straight to heaven. Others need more time to earn their wings.
So give me a second chance.
I'm the Tooth Fairy.
Flap the wing, flap the wing.
Kirstie Alley.
Suppose you'll cover stopping in your next lesson?
A modern-day fairy tale with bite. Toothless. Available to own on video spring 1998.
Basically, it seems like Disney just wanted to do the Santa Claus again, but with the Tooth Fairy. It's bad. It's not a good movie. It did make me cry as a child, though, because I was 5. Anyway, the Tooth Fairy, I don't understand what you would even mean. What's the spirit of the Tooth Fairy? If I stick these under my pillow, will someone come get them and give me money? Are there any creepy stalkers in chat that want to give me money for these?
Does being real have more to do with being a thought or a concept rather than being something that's physical? Yeah.
What does that mean? Again, it's like a trope in fiction, but that doesn't mean anything in real life. Like, if you're talking about the idea that fictional concepts and mythology outlive people, that's true, but that doesn't make it real. It just makes it an important piece of, like, fiction or folklore or whatever.
Yes, thank you.
I haven't seen Hogfather yet. I've seen clips. Make teeth jewelry out of my teeth. It's actually funny you say that. When Baha and I were at Pride, there was a vendor there that, like, made jewelry, and one of them was, like, a tooth pendant where, like, a tooth had been suspended in resin, and it was actually a really beautiful necklace. And Baha was like, should we do that to your tooth? No.
Are they real because humans carry out their actions? Yes, thank you.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. That's like saying a talking dog is real because Son of Sam believed that the dog was talking to him.
You. Is Bigfoot real?
Physically, Bigfoot
Yes,
is real, I
thank
bet.
you. Is Bigfoot an actual physical creature? Yes. Thank
Okay, we don't have to worry about the spirit of Bigfoot.
you. Is Bigfoot an interdimensional creature?
Dimensions beyond our own on the bingo card. I wasn't expecting that from Bigfoot, I'll be honest with you. Dimensions beyond our own. It's convenient that they also have hominids in whatever dimension he comes from. Hominids, so hot in the multiverse.
Yes, thank you. Does
Jimbo says, thanks for recommending Obsession. My sweetie and I enjoyed it last night because of it. Yeah, that's finally out on streaming. So if you want to procure it, you sure can in HD, however you procure things legally. Wink.
Bigfoot exist on our earthly plane? Yes, thank you.
Kind of already, you already said he exists physically and he's from another dimension. Obviously he's on the Earth plane then.
Is Bigfoot an alien? No, thank you. Will we ever find Bigfoot? Yes, thank you. Have we already found Bigfoot? Yes, thank you. Is the video that's really famous that everybody knows as Bigfoot, is that actually a real photo of a actual Bigfoot creature?
The people behind it have come out and admitted it was a hoax. If I'm remembering correctly, it's actually really interesting. You guys know the Bigfoot fake, video of him walking through the woods or whatever, stabilized off of like a 16mm or 8mm camera. Was it a Super 8? I don't remember. Anyway, that was filmed. The suit was made, I think, if I'm remembering my trivia correctly, by the same guy that worked on the Planet of the Apes suits, or a guy that worked on the Planet of the Apes suits for the Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes film. Rod Serling's Planet of the Apes film, which is great. And I guess he made that to make a fake video. I'm not gonna say, I don't think you should do that. I think anyone setting out to make fake conspiracy videos super sucks. But they did a pretty good job. I mean, it's indelibly connected to the legend of Bigfoot, so, I think that's what you first think of when you think of Bigfoot is that, the pose of him walking, so they certainly left a mark on the culture.
Yes, thank you. Does Bigfoot eat people? No, thank you.
Excuse you, have you seen Night of the Demon? Bigfoot eats people, my friend.
Is Bigfoot in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina? Yes, thank you. Is Bigfoot in Washington State? Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Darrell.
Do the creatures called Bigfoot
Have you seen Harry and the Hendersons? I have seen Harry and the Hendersons. It's a very good movie. It's out on 4K now.
live in Northern Europe?
R.I.P. the guy that played Harry. You legitimately died way too soon. I'm really sorry. He passed away of complications from AIDS, I want to say. Very sad story.
Yes, thank you. Will Bigfoot become recognized as a species?
Hannah mentions Blu-rays. I said 4K. God damn it. I was doing my best. I really was. I was trying. Hey, main captain. How's it going?
In our lifetime. No, thank you. Are Bigfoot and Yeti the same creature? Yes, thank you.
Okay, enough of her. We get it. I just find her entertaining. I don't even think she believes any of it, to be totally honest with you. I think she just does it because she's relatively popular and has done this for years and it makes money for her. Shitty to do, but I don't know. There are worse conspiracy theorists we cover. Give me one sec. All right, let's see what's next. Here is Jake the Awake's newest video on industry plants.
There's a whole lot of industry plants who have been inserted into the entertainment industry, and
Harold Ebbleman says, hopefully you're only hard on your character about the Blu-ray thing and not yourself. It depends. Sometimes I think it's a bit much. It's legitimately like a lot of what I talk about. And, you know, I'm sure that's annoying. I'm sure that's weird. Wish I was a more well-rounded person sometimes, but what are you gonna do?
And they are actively
Peep Lord, thanks for 36 months, says, Seminal Vesicle, Vas Deferens, and Fallopian Tube. These are my stream babies. This stream baby will be called Mons Pubis. The Mons Pubis. Congrats.
ruining everything that was once good and fun about entertainment. And in this video, I'm going to give you 3 examples of industry plants ruining entertainment.
Okay, so for people who don't know what an industry plant is, I imagine most people do, but just in case, an industry plant is... The idea is that it is an artist in either music or entertainment or any given popular field where it seems like they're not really a grassroots creator of whatever thing that they are creating, but basically them as a person, as an artist, is completely manufactured by their management or the company that they're working for. Their whole image, their like backstory, how they want to present themselves, all their songs, basically creating an artificial pop star, which is frankly kind of part of the industry always anyway. But this is supposed to be when it's taken to an extreme, when there's effectively no authenticity whatsoever in the artist, and they are entirely a product concocted by marketers to make up a band or a artist. The Monkees, kind of like the Monkees. Kind of like the Monkees. Wasn't there a thing where they weren't playing their own instruments or something? I don't remember the Monkees. Most of the things I know about the Monkees are from jokes about the Monkees, which is not a good way to get information about something. They could sing, but they couldn't play their instruments. I guess, sure.
So the first industry plant I want to talk
Davy Jones is dreamy.
about is somebody who showed up in my home feed without me asking.
Hannah Montana is one, though not necessarily Miley. That is so interesting. I remember that as a kid. Even when I was a kid, I remember just turning on the Disney Channel one day, and it was like Hannah Montana, who I'd never heard of before, doing a concert for all these kids. And then I found out, of course, oh, Hannah Montana is like this fictional, character within the show, Hannah Montana, played by Miley Cyrus. And, I really remember at the time how eye-opening that was to me as a kid. It's basic shit now as an adult, obviously, but as a kid I was like, wait, so she's famous, but mostly because Disney is presenting her as famous within the context of a TV show, and that's supposed to make you as a kid be like, ooh, she's a famous pop star, and then it kind of makes it so, because the kids just accept that as the reality? Does that make sense? It was a little peek into my adult cynicism, I think, as a child.
Asking for it. A whole bunch of channels who I'm
Hannah Montana's a shittier Gem reboot. Hannah could never be that truly, truly, truly outrageous.
not subscribed to started having their content appear in my home feed here on YouTube. And all the titles were the same. They said, Tony Hinchcliffe is the worst comedian ever. Tony Hinchcliffe's latest Netflix comedy special is the worst comedy special of the year, possibly all time. And this wasn't just 1 or 2 videos that came across my feed. I saw like over 10 different channels talking about this Tony Hinchcliffe comedian and how his latest comedy special on Netflix is the worst thing to ever happen to comedy. Now here,
It's produced by Netflix. Are you surprised? Oh, is he a MAGA chud too? Yeah, they're not good at jokes. And it's not even like from a I'm offended way. I've been insulted so many ways and seen so many fucked up shit. Basically nothing actually offends me anymore. Like, I understand, like, when something is said that is fucked up, I'm offended on behalf, and like, that's fucked up, don't do that. But I'm not emotionally invested in that kind of thing anymore. It doesn't shock me. I've seen too much fucking shit. They're just not funny, right? I think that's something a lot of these type of, like, MAGA comedians don't get. It's not necessarily, although it is true, that you shouldn't tell hacky jokes about people that are part of different groups you don't like and just mock them because they're different. That's punching down. But beyond the morals, it's just lazy. It's just the same joke over and over again. Like, we get it. You haven't heard the same joke about queer people 50,000 times over the last 100 years of media? I don't get it. It's the same joke.
Here's the thing. I know who this comedian is. I know he ties back to the Kill Tony show. I'm not a fan of his show or his style of comedy. I believe him to be an industry plant. And it looks like I'm being proven correct. And what's going
You don't like him, so he must be an industry plant? I wish he would define what he means by industry plant here. Peep Lord with 69-bit says, What the fuck was S Club 7? Was I correct for throwing them on my England hate heap? Were they fake, but I booed malaria medicine when I was 9? I don't know what any of that meant.
on here is right now this...
Never heard of the guy, by the way. I've only heard about him because I also got recommended a YouTube video about how bad his special was. I don't recognize him otherwise.
Industry plant Tony Hinchcliffe.
He's just Joe Rogan's friend that's not quite a plant. No, that's just knowing people. Everyone knows that it's all about who you know, whether it's in entertainment or any other career. Networking is a big part of it, and Joe Rogan's friends get opportunities that other people don't because he's incredibly wealthy and influential within the entertainment sphere because of his very popular podcast.
Is getting promoted on this platform over and over and over.
S Club 7 is a UK pop group. Oh yeah, Americans don't know anything about, like, pop stars or rock stars that are exclusive to the UK. Like, remember last year or the year before when they made that movie about that, like, musician who's really famous in the UK and he's like a monkey? And everyone in the US was like, who the fuck is this guy? Why does he have a movie? But I guess he's, like, really popular in the UK or something?
Over again by these channels.
Which is fine, I just don't... Why release it in the US? No one knew who the guy was.
Who...
Virtually no one knew who the guy was. I'm sure there's plenty of US fans. Not blockbuster movie amount, though.
Clip content. So right now, in order...
Robbie Williams, that's his name.
To get famous, rather than doing a good comedy set, rather than getting famous or promoted because you performed an absolutely awesome, funny comedy set. No, it's the opposite. Right now, there's a man who's being promoted and pushed to the tippity top of comedy for having the worst...
I'm sorry, you think he's being pushed to the top because his special was bad and people are making fun of it? This is a problem with Jake in general. This goes into his sports analysis, too. He seems to, for whatever reason, have a problem recognizing that people make mistakes. People fail. Like, he sees something in a sports game where someone attempts a play and fails, and they'll be like, oh, he must have done that on purpose, as if you can't attempt something and fail. Because this guy got some Netflix special, which is that even hard to do? It's Netflix. You assume that because it's bad, it must have been intentionally bad. That's not true. Most people don't set out to do something bad intentionally. They're just bad at the thing. Plenty of people get promoted to the point where they get exposure, and then it turns out they're fucking bad. You remember Ray Gun, the breakdancer at the Olympics? You know what I mean? This kind of thing happens. Peep Lord says, please don't insinuate I'm British. Ew. S Club 7 had a TV show, or I had a crazy transatlantic fever dream phase. No way! Is this... Wait! My brain! I've been looking for a show since childhood. If you just unlocked this for me. And there's like an episode where they go to like a roadside bathroom and it looks like a porta potty, but then on the inside of the porta potty is like a huge bathroom or something. I'm not taking crazy pills. I remember this show. I watched it when I was younger, and then I couldn't remember what the fuck it was. All right, anyway. Where'd he go?
Comedy special ever. So
Is it going on the Retro TV Day list? There might be a great, like, since they're musicians, I imagine they do music in the show, so I don't know if we could do it because the music would be an issue.
seems obvious right now, negativity is way more marketable than positivity. So therefore that means the worst comedy special is now more marketable than the best comedy special.
No, you fucking idiot. This has always been a thing on the internet. Bad things getting scathing reviews is very popular. This goes back to James Rolfe, and even James Rolfe's whole shtick basically comes out of tropes that existed on, like, message boards prior to the advent of, like, video being commonly put out on the internet, like prior to the YouTube days. How do you not get this?
You can make more money by being the worst comedian.
No, you cannot. You cannot make more money by being the worst comedian than being the best comedian. That's just untrue. The fact that you got videos recommended to you on YouTube does not mean he is a popular comedian. It means he is now having 15 minutes of fame for doing something silly and stupid. He will be out of the public consciousness in 10 minutes, and then it'll be something else.
Comedian ever and having the worst comedy special of all.
All press is good press. I don't believe that's true. It's possible in different conditions, like back earlier in like the 20th century, mid-20th century, before the internet, before everyone could get every piece of information at their fingertips. Maybe. Absolutely untrue nowadays. Bad publicity is bad. You get canceled. Your career gets ruined. Like, it's just not true. The idea that all publicity is good publicity is an outdated idea that does not ring true in the 21st century.
All time, because it's going to cause more people out of curiosity to click.
The guy's getting Netflix money. I don't disagree. I'm not saying he's going to be poor. He's just not going to be the most successful comedian in the world because he made a shitty special. Peep Lord says, I'll take that apology for the quiet British accusation now that I solve the mysteries of Hannah's childhood. Thanks, I apologize, Peep Lord.
Click and go check out this worst comedy special of all time. And then they're going to see it, they're going to hate it, and then they're going to comment about how much they hate it. So right now, having the worst comedy special ever will create more engagement than going out there and having a good set.
I would ask you, do you think in 20 years he will be an incredibly popular comedian and people will be looking back on this Netflix special like people saw Eddie Murphy's Raw, for instance? No, he's not going to go on to have an incredibly successful career after this. He's going to probably go back to doing regional shows. He's going to go back to traveling around, back to basically the normal comedy thing. He got up to the point where he got an opportunity to do a big special, fell flat. He probably won't get that opportunity again. And if he does, it'll be because he knows people, not because we live in a meritocracy, because we don't. That's just how it is. Sometimes people get successful, and it has nothing to do with their actual abilities. That's life. Don't fall for the just world fallacy. It will not serve you well.
So it's actually more profitable for a comedian to go out there and bomb on purpose.
I like that he's just saying this. He's so confident, like, you make more money! Like, do you really think that this guy's gonna be more successful than, let's say, John Mulaney has been after his very successful Netflix specials? Because his Netflix special, the first one, was quite popular, helped raise his profile in the public eye. He ended up getting like 2 or 3 more Netflix specials. I think he got like a series or 2 developed because of it. He got many touring like opportunities. The idea that this guy's going to have that same treatment is just ridiculous. Now, if later that is the case, great. Revisit it, tell me I'm wrong. But the idea that he thinks and is just imagining this scenario and assumes it's true and is making an argument based on evidence that does not exist, but only exists in his head in a hypothetical, it's crazy.
So how do you create views and clicks and engage?
He thinks that by bombing, they'll be more successful than himself, and that's all he cares about. Well, they're all already more successful than him before the comedy special. They were on Joe Rogan. Like, I hate Joe Rogan, but he has a popular podcast. So if you're on that show, it's giving you exposure to millions of people. Like, that's valuable. Of course he's going to be successful. He's had incredible opportunities to get his name and brand out there.
In the comedy scene in 2026, you bomb on purpose. So right now,
Finnikagami says, a good debunk of all publicity is good publicity. Look at Dwayne Johnson. As Dwayne's arrogance and bad behavior came forward, his career and brand stalled out hard. He's been reinventing his image to pretend he's an artistic actor now, literally trying to replicate Dave Bautista's success. I find it hilarious, too. If you've been a fan for a while, you may know this bit of lore about me. I have never liked The Rock. Like, he's fine in wrestling. I don't mind The Rock in wrestling. But as an actor in, like, film and TV, I've never liked him very much. Like, it feels like for the longest time, people were saying, oh, he's so charismatic and he's just in every movie. And I never got it. I don't like The Rock as an actor. So I'm kind of glad it turned out that all of my vibes about him were absolutely correct. Did you guys know that The Rock has it in his contract that he's not allowed to lose a fight in a movie? That's pathetic and antithetical to the art of storytelling. Yeah, Rocky 3 would be real fun if he won the fight against Clubber Lang 30 minutes into the movie. The Rock is rumored to be in Man of Tomorrow. I will be so upset.
Now that's what you're seeing. You
remember him in Deep Space Nine? See, I don't mind him in Deep Space Nine because that's basically a cameo because he's playing a professional wrestler type character. So if he was just cameoing as himself in things, I wouldn't care. The fact that he's trying to act and bad at it. Yeah, that was Voyager. Sorry, that was Voyager. Just doesn't Seven of Nine fight him?
Seeing the decline of stand-up comedy. You're seeing comedy being absolutely
What scandal was The Rock involved? He's just kind of a dick and very full of himself. There was no, like, canceling. It's not anything like that. He's just apparently difficult to work with and very full of himself, and doesn't work very well with others.
Destroyed the
Iggy Pop has the weirdest cameo in Deep Space Nine. Iggy Pop fucking rules. Iggy Pop is also in one of my favorite episodes of Tales from the Crypt, one with Sam Kinison guest starring.
Slow.
Also, Iggy Pop did the end song for Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare, which fucking slaps.
Agonizing death of comedy. It's happening right now because statistics show that negativity is more marketable than positivity.
Yeah, so that's why Velma's still airing on HBO.
For bad comedy gets more clicks and gets more engagement than good comedy. So another
Would you like to show any of the sources that you're claiming exist for that? Or are you just going to yell it at the camera?
Popular trend I see happening with these industry plants is they have these clipper channels who spread their...
Speaking of Tales from the Crypt, that's what you got for your birthday, the entire series? Hell yeah! It's a good set. I think I have the same set, probably. This one, I'm guessing. It's a pretty good set.
Horrible content across this platform and across all the social media platforms. So now you can't go viral unless you have these clipper channels spreading your content.
I mean, yeah, like, I'm sorry, is his conspiracy that you need a lot of support in order to get success? whether it's online or anywhere in entertainment, because that's not a conspiracy. That's just like how the industry works in entertainment. Doesn't understand their problem is capitalism, I guess? Because you're basically competing against people in a market.
So check it out. I haven't seen Tony Hinchcliffe's latest comedy special, and I'm not gonna watch it. But somehow, some way, without me being subscribed to him, without me being subscribed to any of his Clipper channels, his content has made its way into my feed. Not just one video, not just two, but dozens of videos.
Yeah, found its way into my feed too. Is it trending? Hold on. Or hype, whatever. There's like a section on YouTube where I think you can look at like hyped videos or something. Can't you? Or something. Thought there was, or at least sometimes it'll show next to a video like number 4, hyped or whatever. If I remember correctly, that video, I'll just search bad comedy special. It'll probably come up. I think that was a pretty hyped video, at least the one that I was thinking of. I don't remember exactly which one was it, but when it was in its first couple days, I remember it having that little, like, number something hyped beside it. So it's probably that. It's just a video that went kind of viral and started getting sucked up by the algorithm. That happens all the time.
Telling me how bad his comedy special is. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to watch it. So the only way to actively fight back against industry plants is to actively not participate. And even then, they will cram it into your feed whether you want it or not. So there's a few more industry plants I want to
I will not accept the enterprise slander happening in chat.
talk about in this.
Look, I know that, like, Enterprise isn't great, but after the first couple seasons, it starts to, it gets in a groove. Annie Kai, thanks for 61 months.
Video. Here's another example of an industry plant, none other than Joe Rogan.
I'll tell the government right now, tell you right now if you're listening, NSA, CIA, I'm available. I'll lie to my mother. I don't care. You show me a UFO, I'll lie to my mother.
He's not an industry plant. He's just a dipshit that kept failing upwards because he knows how to speak to meathead dudes. Phyllis Filler says, when you need a cleanse, whether from Jake or the Enterprise slander. Let's take a look. Annie Kai, thanks for 61 months. If I already said that, sorry. Says, Zappos, my account number is 947200843. You will send me a return authorization mailing label and a box. I do not order these heels, Worf. I can kind of hear Michael Dorn saying that. Where'd he go? Crazy guy. Where are you? Was he past the demons? Come on. There it is.
So Joe Rogan.
I have too many tabs. It's all the stuff we're watching today. Sorry, Peeplord. Peeplord said, oh, are we doing famous people who finally kicked the puppy? I'm doing a new saying. Tupac gang R-worded a woman named Ayanna Jackson in 1992, and no one's ready to have that conversation. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. I have feelings, by the way, about Michael becoming the #1, like, music biopic of all time. Holy fuck. I'm so disappointed in everyone. Not everyone. The people who saw that movie. Come on now. Come on. Are we gonna do the Jimmy Savile movie next? Make that a $1 billion hit?
Is one of the biggest industry plants of all time when it comes to podcasts and entertainment in general. And again, this is
like, if you like Thriller, he's dead. Listen to Thriller, whatever. But you really want to go see like a 2-hour movie that aggrandizes this pedophile fucking predator? I know that Michael Jackson had a terrible life where he was abused, and I am so sorry for that. But it doesn't in any way excuse the behaviors that he clearly engaged in inappropriate behaviors with minors. If you want to listen to Thriller, I'm not going to yell at you. I don't care. You're gonna go watch a hagiography of the fucking guy? Gonna look at you side-eyed a little bit.
This is another guy who's actively participating in killing the art of comedy.
Isn't Thriller the most sold album ever? I don't know. Might be.
So when was the last time Joe Rogan did anything funny that you remember? So right now there's no
Little surprised Kanye didn't ever surpass that at some point.
shortage of content being created.
Though I guess album sales were kind of overtaken by individual song sales pretty early in Kanye's career, I guess.
About how Joe Rogan is ruining comedy and how his comedy career is a farce and he never was funny, and how the whole Rogan Austin comedy scene is crumbling. So right now, hating on Joe Rogan generates a lot of clicks, and it generates...
Yeah, he sucks, and he's a big part of the... Look, I want to be clear, too. I'm not doing, like, great men of history here. If it wasn't Rogan, someone else would have filled this vaguely similar space. But nonetheless, his podcast is emblematic of so many issues going on in the public discourse today and for the last 15 years or so. So I understand why Joe Rogan gets hate. He deserves it. He's a guy who has caused so much harm.
A lot.
And he's so stupid. Like, Joe Rogan isn't a grifter. I don't think he's doing this intentionally or just for money. I think he's genuinely just a dumb motherfucker who has people in his ear constantly getting him to say shit that's advantageous to the people in his ear. You know what I mean?
Of comments. And here I am participating, talking about how much Joe Rogan sucks. So he's basically getting attention right now from me, which is not really what I'm trying to do.
Benekagami says, unfortunately, a ton of people convinced themselves that because of the abuse, there's no way Michael would have abused children because he would have the empathy for that suffering. That is not sound at all. Do you know how much research there is? My aunt, even when she was working on her PhD, because she's a psychiatrist, I apologize, did research on oh my god, on the propensity of people who have been abused themselves as children and how it might correlate to being a perpetrator oneself as an adult. That is a thing.
But here's the difference between me and everyone else talking about Joe Rogan. I'm going to tell you the truth that he's an industry plant and a total shillbag. He's even admitted on camera that he would sell out his own mother. He would lie to his own mother's face, sell out his own flesh and blood, and all they...
Is that my Freudian aunt? Neo-Freudian.
...need to do...
But yes.
...is show him an alien. Remember that?
I'll lie to my mother. I don't care. You show me a UFO, I'll lie to my mother.
So the difference between me and these Clipper channels is I'm telling you the truth that Joe Rogan is an industry plant and he's trying to get people pissed off at him. He actually makes more money the more people who hate him. Hatred is the key to making a shitload of money. All right, so the third
This video sounds like a list of guys he doesn't like. That's a lot of his videos. It feels like he's quite bitter about where he is in his life, and therefore he has to sit around and yell at everyone how everything's fake, and no one who is successful is really successful, and actually he should be successful. He doesn't say this out loud, but the underlying implication is I should be more successful than I am if it wasn't for the fact that everything's fixed.
Industry plant on my list that I want to expose in this video is none other than that loser Clavicular. I don't know about you guys, but here's another person. I never subscribed to this individual, and I never subscribed to any of these Clipper channels who talk about Clavicular all the time, every day, over and over again. So
yeah, dude, you're like, what, 37, 40, something like that. Why would you be interested in clavicular drama? Like, I hear about it in passing sometimes because I'm on the internet or because I watched the Louis Theroux Manosphere documentary. He might have been mentioned on that. But aren't you a little too old to give a shit about clavicular drama? I don't know.
Why did this clavicular character invade my home feed? And I'm sure that this character has made his way into your life without...
Sorry, Trey, you can't use that word. I word.
You wanting him there, right?
Or at least you can't use it to specifically refer to one person.
So a lot of you, I'm sure, have heard of clavicular, and I'm going to guess that you probably weren't
Try Chud.
looking for him either, but you probably saw one of these videos that was made about him. So the first time I ever looked into the background of this clavicular character, I instantly figured out...
Yeah, the meth guy.
He's 100% for sure an industry plant. So I kept seeing all these videos in my feed about how this toxic Looksmaxxer was ruining young men's lives. And so I clicked on one of these videos, and I saw that this guy, Clavicular...
Why is Chud allowed, but not another? You'd have to take that up with Twitch. I don't make these decisions. I certainly wouldn't block the I word if I had the choice. It's up to the Twitch admin team.
...was promoting Looksmaxxing, which he basically describes as doing anything possible to make yourself look better so that you're more attractive to females and that so more people find
females
you attractive. So this guy Clavicular promotes getting plastic surgery, taking steroids. He'll promote punching yourself in the face to give yourself rosy, puffy cheeks in order to make yourself look more attractive to females.
Yeah, so I'll like lay in my bed and punch myself in the face.
So, Clavicular's a bad guy and a terrible influence. I do feel bad for him, though. I don't think you get into this without being severely fucked up. Like, I'm not trying to excuse anything he's done or what he's used his reach to say to vulnerable, very easily influenced children. But man, what happened to this fucking guy where he's this insecure, where he, like, he tries so hard to be this?
Fuck, that's starting to hurt, man. Let's do a little bit more.
It's insane to me.
I know it's a little silly, but like the science is there, the anecdotes are there, like bone smashing's legit.
I don't know, but like when you just say femoids like that, I don't think so. It's usually a thing where if you're calling someone directly as an insult, like I can say the word incel, I can't call someone that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Literally anything and everything in order to make yourself more attractive. That's this guy's whole grift in a nutshell, is that you do whatever it takes to make yourself be the most attractive person you could possibly be. And so what this guy's been doing is getting plastic surgeries.
He fell into I-word forums before he was even 12. It's literally where he learned to socialize with fellow human beings. Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. Parents, if you have kids, please monitor their internet usage. I'm not saying they should have no internet usage. The internet, in so many ways, has allowed for educational resources and entertainment and so many wonderful things. As long as it is monitored for children. It's not the government's job. Right now they're trying to put a bunch of fucking bullshit with the Kids Online Safety Act, but as a parent, it is your job to make sure your children are not exposed to radicalization pipelines.
And punching himself in the face and injecting meth into his ass. all sorts of stupid shit. And then he promotes this in his videos, and then people, of course, get outraged, and they comment like, dude, you shouldn't be promoting this. And then all these Clipper channels talk about how this horrible Looksmaxxer clavicular.
Profane Priestess says he also can't have sex with any women he would attract because the cocktail of drugs he's on has given him a bunch of sexual issues. It's sad. Has he said that?
Is
oh my god. These are stories I am attracted to and fascinated by, stories of people making worse and worse and worse decisions until they trap themselves in a prison of their own mental, like, creation. It's fucked up.
Promoting terrible things such as doing drugs and steroids and getting plastic surgery in order to alter your looks. And so right now, because he's doing that, he's getting a ton of popularity, getting a ton of views and clicks, and all of the Clipper channels that post his videos, those channels are blowing up. So I saw this statistic, I don't know if it's true or not, that this clavicular guy has the most Clipper channels out of anyone on the internet, and he has these Clipper channels spreading videos about him, and all of it is negative videos about him. So nobody's saying, hey, you should go watch Clavicular, because he's such an awesome dude. Instead, all of the
This is, again, just, like, profit motive. It's easy, relatively speaking, to go out and clip a popular streamer's stuff and do rage bait about it than to make your own content. So a lot of people who want to make a quick buck off the name of Clavicular do a bunch of rage bait clips from his stuff, and they turn that into their channel, and they make money off of drama clicks. Like, this isn't hard to understand. It's not a conspiracy. These are profit motives.
Content that you see promoting Clavicular is negative content. So according to Clavicular, the most important thing in life is being the best looking dude in the room, and he's trying to achieve the best looking face and body in the entire world. So right now he's getting more clicks than ever because he had a botched surgery. So I'm getting videos in my feed.
Ooh. Oh.
Even though I'm not subscribed to Clavicular, I'm not subscribed to any of his Clipper channels, I'm getting videos in my feed talking all about how Clavicular got a botched surgery on his nose, and now he ruined his good looks. So the big story right now with this popular, toxic Looksmaxxer is that he ruined his own looks with plastic surgery. Now, this is causing all these people to comment, all this engagement. He's getting a ton of views now because people want to check out this botched surgery. So there is more views to be had, more engagement to be had, more money to be made in botching your face than there is to make content telling guys that they should be happy with their face. So telling people that they should go...
That's not a conspiracy. That's just the nature of human attention. Ugh.
Go out there and get...
Like, rage bait is the internet thing. We have built great machines and networks to serve people stuff that is upsetting and makes them angry and agitated all the time to keep them engaged so we can sell ad space. I think if you wrote this in, like, a book, a speculative piece of fiction in the 1800s, people would have been like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Plastic surgery.
We create the torment nexus over and over again. That's just society, as we keep building torment nexuses. Stop it. Why?
And then ruining your own face is gonna make you way more money these days than telling people they should be happy with the face that they were born with, and that you shouldn't go get...
Congrats, you've learned that marketing involves preying on human insecurities.
Plastic surgery because you might ruin your face. So I'm going to predict that we're seeing the beginning of this clavicular character go through a phase where he just keeps...
Dillis Filler says, so the video is algorithm showed me something I don't care about or am mildly repulsed by, so I'm going to write conspiracy fan fiction about it instead of moving on or going to therapy. Yeah, pretty much.
Keeps getting surgery after surgery after surgery, and it's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. So I think clavicular is going to use the same format as Wacko Jacko Michael Jackson.
He's looking for themes in real life. Never look for themes in real life. They don't exist. There's only facts in life, not themes. Themes are for stories.
And he's going to get all these surgeries on his face purposely. And he's going to purposely ruin his own looks for fortune and fame. So we might be sitting here talking about clavicular in 5 years, 10 years from now, and he's got this horrific, most disfigured face. We might see clavicular become the most disfigured, botched plastic surgery victim of all time. And he might totally be doing it on purpose.
No, there's no reason to think he's doing it on purpose.
That might be this guy's destiny, and it might be by design. So right now, he's only had one botched surgery, and they're saying that this is the end of his career. And he's getting a ton of publicity.
He's probably going to get a revision.
Because of one botched surgery. So what are the chances he might get?
Historians look for themes and patterns in history. Yeah, but like history is also a story. We kind of learn about history. It's not the real thing. Does that make sense? You can learn things from history, because history is kind of a story that we discover about events that took place in the past. Does that make sense? We are post hoc, long after the fact, learning lessons from it like it's a story.
A second.
When you are in real life, in a moment, and trying to analyze things that are happening around you, when you are looking for a theme the way he is, he's not looking at it from a post hoc perspective, believing that you can learn things from history. He believes that he's tuning into some intentional, top-down cabal that has decided a theme or lesson to brainwash people with, and then they use their entertainment control systems to manipulate everyone into believing that moral.
Surgery to try and fix it, and a third surgery to try and fix that. So I've seen this scenario before, where one botched surgery leads to multiple botched surgeries, and then you end up with this freakish, plastic, alien, ghoulish-looking face, and he might do it on purpose.
Hard to get a revision on a nose job that went too far? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
In order to keep people talking about him. That's how freaking demented it's getting, you guys. You want to be famous? You better do something to get people to talk about you. And if you want people to talk about you, you better get them to hate you. So you have to do something to piss people off and get them to hate you in order for them to
I hate you and you're not famous.
Take to social media and talk about how
H-Bomber guy who has like over 1 million followers, I don't know how many at this point, but he was quite popular at the time, put out a video that you were prominently featured in where he made fun of you. That's bad publicity for you. Did that make you famous? No.
Disgusted they are by you. Oh, you want to make a
Quasispec, thanks for 17 months.
lot of money? You want fortune and fame? You want to be an influencer? Well, go out there and do the worst comedy special of all time, and then go out there and promote plastic surgery, and then get a botched surgery. Now, if you do that and then you pay a bunch of people to clip up content talking about how you ruined your face and ruined your career,
Clavicular does not have to pay people to make clips. They're making money via the system, the ecosystem that already exists for clipping and taking advantage of the name recognition of other streamers.
Your way to getting a whole lot of attention and making a whole lot of money. The question is...
Be nice to yourself, Hannah. How did you know I was thinking very negative things? Did I say something out loud?
How bad do you want it? I used to think that if I work hard and I'm entertaining...
Just a Peach with $1 says, somewhere I have a book that's a reprint of a makeup and beauty book from the 1800s that basically is a way to sell products, so making things to make you hate yourself is very old.
If I'm good at comedy.
You can just tell? What? Oh, okay.
I used to think that if I work hard and I'm entertaining, if I'm good at comedy or good at music, good at podcasting, I could make it to the tippity top.
That's pretty delusional, to be honest. Most people aren't going to, just by the nature of how many people go into something. There are popular streamers, there are popular comedians. Chances are, even if you're very talented, you're not going to be one of them. Now, I'm not telling people to not go and try for their, dreams or opportunities, but if and when they don't happen, don't blame a conspiracy. You can just recognize that it's a really hard system, and it's really hard to get lucky and have the connections, because there's a lot of talented people. Even when you're talented, there's always going to be people more talented than you, or at least as talented. And some of those people who are as talented as you might also have connections or other things about them that make them a better pick than you. And a lot of it's just luck. That's life. Stop living in a delusion that because you tried your hardest, you're going to automatically be rewarded. It's not true.
And now I know the only way to get to the tippity top. You gotta be in the big evil club, and you gotta ruin your art form and embarrass yourself on purpose. Like these 3 industry plants.
I'm sorry, you consider this your art form? That's sad.
Who I talked about in this video. So there you guys go. 3 industry plants who are actively, as we speak, ruining entertainment. If you enjoyed this video, if any of this resonated with you, please hit the like button. Thank you. And make sure you're subscribed with the little bell notifications turned on and all that jazz too. And I will see all of you in the next video. Peace.
I did not watch the Chud the Builder's X video yet. I will. I just haven't gotten an opportunity to yet. Let's see what's next. Oh! It's Dr. Kia Pruitt and that guy that just says random bullshit.
Well, 14 represents the 14th Amendment. And that's going back to that birthright citizen stuff, right? Mm-hmm. 14 represents a lot of stuff. But mainly the white supremacy thing, and they know what it is. I mean, if you go to the home of the KKK, which happened to...
Is he referencing the 14 words, I assume? Dilla Spiller says, does this make him a Kia boy? I don't get the joke.
...to be flooded last night.
Wait, is it 13 or 14 words? What's the white nationalist thing?
So you know. Mm-hmm. They had a flash.
It is 14. That's probably what he's referencing.
Flood in Pulaski, Tennessee last night.
What?
All right.
Okay.
And Pulaski, Tennessee is right off of exit 14. Exit 14. And the next place, right before you get to exit 14, is a place called Mooresville.
I thought he was going to say a place called exit 13.
And Pulaski, Tennessee is right before you get to the state line of Alabama. Because who did they have to be supreme to? Well, the 3-letter abbreviation for Alabama is ALA, as in Allah. They had to...
Look at her. She's so like, oh. She just believes anything.
To be supreme to Allah. Mm-hmm. That's why the home of the KKK is right above the state line of Alabama. And
do you think that the KKK are Muslim?
Takes you right.
They're Protestant Christians generally.
Down Highway 64. 64 represents the beast. You remember I said that? Bad Bunny, 64, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm helping brother out so he knows what that 14 means.
Okay.
Spurious symbology is evidence on the bingo card? Spurious symbology is evidence. You have to be a Protestant to join? That makes sense. I know they hate Catholics, amongst many, pretty much every other group. Overt Sloth, thanks for following.
And like I said, when they created this whole country with the highways.
Lennon Cat says, ah, yes, Alabama.
System. They started with Highway 95 that ran all the way from Florida all the way up to 14 states, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 9 plus 5 is what? 14. So they're letting you know when you come into the Americas from the East, guess what? You coming into a white supremacy ideology.
Now, what exactly were they trying to accomplish with white supremacy? Maybe you can help me by telling me what it means.
What the fuck do you think it means? What do you mean? What? Oh. Okay. Okay. I should do a Chud Salt stream. They're so salty about the citizenship case. Maybe this Friday. Maybe this Friday we'll bring back MAGA Cope. For once. I can only think this and maybe one other thing will bring back MAGA Cope. And you know what the other one is. Hannah puts head in hands. Yeah, I'll count that. I'll count that. Hannah puts head in hands. Where is that one? Anyone have a number? There it is. 40. Bumble Homestead says, other thing. Was Obama mentioned for the bingo? I don't think so.
Well, they're trying to let you know that,
Yeah, I don't remember what her PhD was in. Comrade Simon, thanks for 6 months.
We're the ones in control right now.
Do you feel in control right now?
And as long as we're
I don't.
in control, you got to play by our rules. And our rules can change at any given day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they know something is wrong, but do they stick to their own rules? Hell no.
Constantly changing the rules.
Constantly changing the rules. Even if you say, look, this is what the law says. This is even what the rule says. Because we know the rule ain't law, but even if you show them the rule, they're going to be like, well, rules are made to be what? Broken.
Changed.
Right.
And broken.
She doesn't even know the idiom. She's too much of an idiot to know the idiom.
Right.
For them. Somebody wants to, for them. Eye movement, eye movement, vert. So, well, what about Haiti? Haiti, I guess is Haiti part of the Americas? Do they have to go back home? I know your answer, but I'll let you
Haiti is part of the Americas. I mean, we don't really acknowledge it that way, but it is.
But don't they have to cross a body of water?
They do, but there's some islands that are still considered to be territories of the United States.
Haiti isn't one of them. Haiti isn't one of them.
Oh, territories of the United States.
Just like the Virgin Islands and stuff like that. Those are Guam and all that. They're still territories of the United States.
Okay, Haiti isn't. Haiti's the one you mentioned.
But can they stay here?
Haiti's been independent since their revolution.
Oh, they're like...
There was a slave revolt, which was incredibly based.
They can only stay here for a certain amount of time.
Oh, did he mention Cuba too? Oh, fuck. That might just be prescient accidentally. Ugh.
He says, look like...
I don't know how that's going to play out, being honest with you, because anytime you start dealing with people who are from islands, there may be a different set of whatever they're gonna do. Right.
Yes.
Oh, someone just put in "Living in America." You know that song came out 41 years ago?
No.
James Brown?
Living in... No.
That is the song.
Empress, the young lady you said is beautiful, ass.
France made them pay $70 bajillion that fucked Haiti forever. That's disgusting. Human beings are disgusting. I'm disgusted every day. To be in this mortal coil is a prison from which I wish to escape.
You said she was cute. She said, is Sheik Jacob Bay's Cash App more and more? Is that what it says?
That's my business Cash App. And yes,
okay.
Empress, thank you for even considering.
So it's either...
So that's fine. If she sends it to that too, that's fine.
What is that one?
France made them pay reparations for their own liberation. They should give all that money back with interest. They really need to.
$MOOR?
No, more rights reserved.
Oh, more rights reserved. So it's either all rights reserved or more rights reserved.
Yeah.
Allrightsreserved.com? Oh no.
I hear you, Brother Anthony said, come on now with this word. 14 stands for racism, Archangel says. Okay. Now what's this image right here? Where is that? Right here. It is.
That's the stage for tonight's UFC thing at the White House.
Ooh.
And that's the emergency broadcast system.
Ooh.
So they're letting you know tonight.
PhD in history with a focus on African studies. And she asked what white supremacy is? Does she really have a degree, or is she just lying? Did she go to a diploma mill? How did she pass any test at any point?
Tonight?
Did she have some sort of traumatic brain injury at some point after she got her degree?
I'm saying it again. Tonight, it's going to be something. I don't know what. But it's going to be something. Because we're not going back to what it was. Everything is about to shift.
Imagine you're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for your fucking college class, and then you look up your professor on YouTube and this comes up. You're paying thousands of dollars for them to teach you.
Y'all, be ready for the shift. Now, I don't know if they're going to just shut things down, but
her first name's Kia, K-I-A.
Things are going to shift. And the shift is going to be for the better. It's going to be for the better. Y'all just be ready for that, though. And don't be surprised when it happens. That's the main thing. I don't want people to be freaking out when it actually goes down. Because it's going to be a good thing. Look, you remember I said you're going to see the things in the gas prices?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes.
And some of the gas prices have gone up to what, $5.10 a gallon? Then you know it's Area 51.
Yeah, that's wow. The way they think the world works.
Some saying $4.14 a gallon. Then you know that the king has returned.
Ooh, the king is coming. The king is coming.
The king is coming, and your promise is being fulfilled. And guess what? All those prices are about to drop after Juneteenth. Really after July 4th, but after Juneteenth, after the 407-year anniversary of your enslavement, it's about to drop.
Drop? Come on.
Beastie Boys.
Jake.
I was telling somebody, about someone said something about 9 to 5. talking about 14 again. And I was talking about, the cops be talking about 10-4, good buddy, right? Well, 10-4 is 14, right? And
yes,
then,
it is.
And then when they say,
oh my God, he thinks Juneteenth is the anniversary of when slavery started?
what you doing over
That would be terrible.
there, boy? Right? Well, every time they called us a boy, that was a white supremacy code. You remember I said everything in 3.
Not a code. What do you mean a code? It's just racist. It's not secret. It's openly someone disrespecting you and treating you like a lesser because of your perceived race.
So 14 times 3 is 43. 42.
42.
So if you break down the word boy, B-O-Y, B is 2, O is 15, 2 and 15 is 17, and Y is 25. 25 and 17 is 42. So it was a white supremacy code, right?
Someone is literally using racist language, clear as day at the man. Completely ridiculous, whoever that was. Fucking disgusting person. And instead of just recognizing, like, oh, he's talking down to me, he thinks of me as a lesser, instead he decided to decode the word with numerology. What an interesting reaction. Why? 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 See if we get numerology or something on the bingo card for that. Gematria? That's gematria.
And then think about it. Why they call them cops? Because they were coming after the copper-colored people.
That is not the etymology of cops. Incorrect etymology is evidence on the bingo card. There's so much literature in existence about, like, actual racism and slavery and Jim Crow, and he just is like, I'm not gonna read any of it, I'm not gonna watch any documentaries, I'm just gonna vibe out the history of the oppression of non-white people in the United States. Wow. Just a Peach with a tip says, the people of Haiti are allowed to study in France with a streamlined system. They don't have to take many of the entrance exams to other countries. I mean, that's good. Not enough, though.
Wow. Wow. Jelani says, so-called white supremacy is a military tactic, a campaign. Thank you. Wow. I
know.
Let me. Yeah.
Ain't this wonderful though?
It really is. Especially now we understand or have an overstanding with you're breaking down the codes for us.
It's going to be a lovely day, and when we start talking, you and I start talking about Mayday and SOS and all that stuff. We really meant that. We.
Okay, enough of them. We got a taste of their crazy. Let's move on. Have a lot of stuff to cover, and we're about halfway through. Speaking of which, if you're on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you're watching the VOD, please hype the video if it's the first couple of days of it being live. If you want to help support the stream, you can always do so via thanks in the comments, super chats, or bits, and on Twitch you can always do so via subscriptions or subscriptions or bits, and they are doing 35% off of bundles of gift subs right now.
What I basically promote is very simple.
This is 5 numerology cheat codes to hack your life.
What I basically promote is very simple, the truth. Now, most people can say that, but my stuff is the universal truth because mine is mathematics.
I aesthetically use numbers, therefore it's math. Because I am using numbers in the figurative sense, therefore it's math. Oh.
And mathematics, in my opinion, is God's language. So that's basically what I do. I help people interpret.
It's not really an opinion. It's just kind of like a thing you believe that's like unfounded. It's not an opinion, right? Like imagine if I was like, it's my opinion that the universe is made of spaghetti. Like I might believe that, but it's not really an opinion, right? It's like just an objectively incorrect thing.
Interpret numerology, which is basically a way to decode exactly what someone's personality is, what they're going to be doing in life, if they're going to be successful, if they're going to have money, they're going to have a successful.
This is the GG guy, correct? He's one of my new favorites.
Marriage, things like that can be told by numerology and astrology, because I believe this is all virtual reality. And then in the day, in the virtual reality, you have to have cheat codes, just like in video games.
Video games don't even have cheat codes anymore most of the time. What are you, 40? No, I remember cheat codes. Do you guys remember the show Cheat? Hold on, real quick. We will continue with this. Before I had access to the internet, this is how I learned cheat codes. Do they have one just for... Ultimate Spider-Man, they did a whole episode.
Hey kids, today we're gonna catch crooks as Spider-Man, then weave a tangled web as his arch nemesis Venom. We're burning the candle at both ends, this time on Cheat.
Like, this was just before, like, the internet became something everyone had in their house. This was before the iPhone. So, like, I was a kid in the middle of nowhere that didn't have internet access. So this is where I, like, got tips for video games I was playing or cheat codes. And it's literally just that. It's like a 20-minute show about cheat codes, and they talk about the game and strategies, and sometimes they do little bits. Anyway.
Nice. And those cheat codes are numerology and astrology.
When was the first time that you came across any type of...
Didn't they have cheats in Nintendo Magazine too? That's true. I also had a Nintendo Power subscription and Game Informer, but I don't know if that had cheat codes. I don't recall.
Astrology, numerology, and did it pique your...
I miss magazines. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the internet in so many ways. But I do miss magazines, you know? I subscribed to a lot of magazines as a kid. Mad Magazine, Nintendo Power, Game Informer. What was the other one? Amazing Spider-Man. I had a subscription.
Interest?
Chinese restaurant.
Magazines still exist. They suck now, though. Have you tried to pick up a magazine at a store and look inside? They're about a third of the size they used to be, and it has like 3 times as many ads. Sucks.
What age?
Fuck, dude. I don't remember the age, but I remember knowing I'm a Capricorn and liking it. Didn't know why.
I did not have highlights, no. Nickelodeon magazine, that's what I had.
I know I liked it. And as I studied, further, and, as I got older, I remember a lot of Roman history was one of my first loves. And a lot of Roman emperors.
Oh God, he's one of these people.
Who happened.
I'm really into Roman history. Oh, which parts? The culture, or like the food, or the social oh no, just like the war parts. Oh, okay, never mind.
Be Capricorns, put Capricorn in the back of the money. So, it tells you something. Some people are very proud of their skin color, even though they had nothing to do with it. Some people were very proud of having daddy's money, even though they had nothing to do with it. Some people are proud of their astrology sign. Voila.
And when did you start to delve deeper into researching this stuff and understanding?
9/11.
9/11 out of nowhere on the bingo card. That was a good example of 9/11 out of nowhere, too. Where is that? 9/11 out of nowhere.
9/11, by far. Before that, I knew enough not to trust the government. I knew that much. But I didn't think anything of, McDonald's having a big M and them symbolizing the big M. I didn't think that was a big deal. Why would I?
What do you think the big M means?
Or Marathon gas station or M&M's candy. I didn't think that was a big deal. Why would I?
What do you think M's mean?
As I, started looking into numerology, I understood that M is 13, and that signifies homage to the 13 bloodline illuminating families.
Two things. Okay, firstly, Illuminati, Freemason, Cabal. I normally only do one thing per statement, but this is so straddling both, I'm just going to give it both. Thinly veiled anti-Semitism.
It's all over the place. Go on your computers and put in all the movies that start with 13. 13 Warriors, 13.
Let me see how many movies I have that start with 13. "13 Ghosts from the 50s, 13 Ghosts from the early 2000s, 13 Frightened Girls." I think that's it. Let me double check. Yep.
Ghost. It's like fucking 30 of them.
Oh, 13 going on... Wait, do I... I don't know if I have 13 going on 30. I wish I did, but I don't know if I do. Yeah, I don't own 13 going on 30. No 13th floor either. I've looked, it's out of print, and it's very expensive on eBay. Not worth it.
Then start looking at Ladder 49 or 6 days, 7 nights. This shit's a joke. I already mentioned the sports teams, the 76ers, 7-6, 13, 49ers. So it's all over if you look at it. And
no, I don't have 13 assassins, I don't think.
The system that's always in the court system, always in religion, always in astrology, it's all the same. It's 12 plus 1. 12 jurors, 1 judge, legally. Religious, Jesus, 12 apostles. Astrology, sun, 12 signs. Come on, it's everywhere. What do you think, this is a coincidence?
Part of the reason you might be seeing 12 places too is because humanity's civilization origins, at least in like the Indus River Valley areas, they used a base 12 number system instead of a base 10 number system. So that's why, for instance, time is divided into 12 segments, stuff like that. 24, really, but on a clock, 12.
And if you understand, if you have enough up here, which I don't think you have to have much, but if you have enough up here to understand.
I'm sorry, Fertile Crescent, not Indus River Valley. Sorry, misspoke.
This is not a coincidence. That tells you people who know a lot more than you, if you're going to be honest with yourself.
I'm not a historian. I shitpost for a living. Forgive me.
Are actually
I have approximate knowledge of many things.
Using this stuff. Start asking yourself why. Start getting curious. And then things might start coming together for you.
At this point, 2001, you were already an adult. What were you doing kind of to sustain yourself at this point from, the point of 18 to when you started?
I used to go to auctions and buy 4 Tauruses for $300 and then flip them for $1,000 to $1,500. I did stuff like that. I remember every Thursday to Erie, Pennsylvania, and I dig up, like, 3.
He looks like the guy from The Hangover. He's dressed like the guy from The Hangover in The Hangover.
$3,000, and I'll be good. And I'll take some of my friends out there with me so they can help me drive the cars back. Just make a quick lick here and there. Sustain myself. Sold marijuana. It is what it is. Never any drugs, because marijuana is not a drug. And remember,
marijuana is a drug. It is a drug. Marijuana's a drug. It's a drug.
in the year 2023, now
people are so goddamn stupid. I'm not telling you not to do it. It's a drug, though. Holy crap.
Government is allowing people to sell marijuana because they can put their tax on it. Back then, they weren't so evolved. They didn't figure out they can make more money off taxes than they could actually arresting people and getting money and fines. So I lived in an era where they used.
That's a relatively simplified understanding of why marijuana was even illegalized in the first place. A lot of it had to do with lobbying from certain industries that were concerned about hemp as a material that would be cheaper for certain fibrous goods. I think like paper, for instance. There, of course, was a racial angle to it as well. It's a whole thing.
Used to arrest you for smoking weed. They would arrest you for anything. Now, have I ever been arrested for selling weed? Hell no. They never got me because I'm a numerologist. Yeah, as a numerologist,
Dude, you're a white guy slinging weed. Do you really think the cops are out to like, ooh, we gotta get this guy? He's selling dime bags.
What day is not the hustle?
You kids these days don't know what it was like back when it was illegal. You had to pretend to be friends with a guy. And then he'd come over and you'd sit in his car after you'd give him money. And then he'd be like, hey, you want to smoke? And you'd be like, no, I don't. But I can't say that to you. Because you're the only person I know that has drugs. So now I gotta hang out with you. Why? Why did I have to hang out with him?
All right. So 4 is the number of law and order, okay? I was so on it that if someone had a 4 in their fucking license plate, peace.
I will say, though, there was one time I went over to pick it up, and this is one thing that a dispensary will never do. I went to pick it up real quick because he was like a couple blocks away or something, and he had some people over, and he was having some kind of get-together. I wasn't going to stay. I just wanted to grab it and go home. But they ordered a bunch of Taco Bell, and the Taco Bell gave them a bunch of shit that they didn't order. So that day I got drugs and free Taco Bell. They just gave me the whole bag of the extra Taco Bell shit. So that's pretty good.
I ain't going with you because you have a higher chance of getting pulled over. And I kid you not, that shit saved me at least 3 trips to jail. Doing stuff like that. Oh, wait a second. What's your birthday? Oh, you're in your enemy year? Nah, dog, I ain't getting in the car with you. I'm sorry if you find that shit offensive. I don't give a fuck. People thought I was fucking crazy. I'm like, you for real, dude?
Let me put on another video by him. Here's this one. This has the weird... I don't watch video podcasts, and I certainly don't watch Manosphere or Manosphere-adjacent content. But this is going to be a brief clip from him in his podcast or stream, where it has the required uncomfortable woman who's being paid to be there, but clearly is uncomfortable with everything happening. Okay, let's check it out. Hydrate, will do.
People always say, Gary, you don't own numerology. No, I didn't invent it, but I'm the one who shoved it down everyone's throat to the point where they know what it is now. No one, did you know what a numerologist was before me? No. No one knew who this shit was.
Okay, well that's delusional. Sir, you did not popularize numerology. You might have been the first person to combine it with these weird Manosphere podcasts. I really don't know. But I find it a little funny because I feel like even like a decade ago, you would see like dude bros making fun of women for stuff like astrology and be like, ugh, women believe in such stupid bullshit. And now here he is on a Manosphere dude bro show being like, yeah, numerology is going to help us grind better sigmas. If you don't mind a regular DVD, I found The 13th Floor for $10. I actually knew about that. I know the DVD is cheaper. I'm just hoping it'll get re-released on Blu-ray. Seems like the kind of thing that Arrow might release eventually.
Okay, I'm the one who made it popular. Now, how do I prove this? Well, if you go to AI and you ask them, did Gary
uses AI on the bingo card? Fucking idiot. I guess he normally just kind of vaguely asks numbers things, though, so maybe AI is actually an improvement in that case? This is the one case where it might be an improvement, because the alternative is just, like, delusions. Direct delusions.
numbers guy making...
Do I have all Blu-rays, no DVDs? No, I have DVDs, but the vast majority are Blu-rays. I can look up the ratio if you'd care to know. Statistics, media formats, disc formats. So, total, I'm not going to do the math on this, someone else can. Total, I have 4,180 films. 4,180. And then out of those, 349 are DVDs. The rest are Blu-rays or 4K Blu-rays. Stone Corbell says, I work in IT and I'm increasingly worried I'm going to have to start actually learning about and using this AI shit as a job requirement, and I'm dreading it. Yeah, it's not great. Things are bad. 8%. So 8% are DVDs. There you go.
Numerology famous. Most of them say yes. Unless it's Elon Musk bullshit one, and, you know, he'll push back on that. But love you too, Grok. But when it comes down to it, there's certain...
Did you just say love you, Grok? Oh my god.
Some say yes. Unless it's Elon Musk bullshit one, and, you know, he'll push back on that. But love you too, Grok. But when it comes down to it, there's certain key words I put out there. Enemy sign. Enemy numbers. Those are my phrases. If you go to Google Trends, Google Analytics, you'll see how that word has popped up like this since 2023. What also you will see is the fact that numerology has grown like this since 2023. On my fucking back.
Oh wow, this guy is really delusional. Holy crap, he thinks he's solely responsible for the rise in conspiratorial content and thinking in the 2020s? This is like the decade of people becoming conspiracy theorists. Are you serious?
I made that shit happen. So that basically means anyone in this field, you're following my path.
Does she ever talk? I get the feeling she's not there to talk.
No doubt about that. So when you say you found Gigi in 2023, so did a lot of people, but you're just admitting it. How do you get that bag? Okay. Oh, I see that you actually will get that bag. But I think
this decade will be nothing compared to the next. Oh yeah, the propaganda's getting more insidious, and it will continue, and it's going to get worse. And anti-Semitism and conspiracy thinking are on the rise everywhere I look on the internet, in every single space. I foresee bad things. I foresee very bad things. But there's nothing I can do about it. So I'll just try and be safe.
With you, it's probably best to have a family business. Now, for most people, I would say don't work with your wife. You want your wife to be, you know, taking care of the kids, cleaning the house, doing all that good shit, man.
Oh, he's like this. Not how women work on the bingo card. Let's go with that one. That's not how women work.
Not doing this lady in red shit. Unless she's with you on the weekends. But
ew.
Well, a family business with you actually might work because you have a wife who's a 33-6 just like you. So
Hannah, you're not the oracle. That's what they said to Cassandra.
I would say probably do something in real estate. I'd probably wait.
I know.
until 2028 to buy shit in the cheap, because next year we will have economic crisis. I've been warned you. AI is going to start becoming.
I've been warned you.
A real fucking problem. And for those of you guys who are always talking about the Antichrist, the Bible thumpers, the Muslims, the Jews out there, I always like to point out how there's letters within certain words. Like, for instance, you can't spell the word Bible without the word lie in it. You can't spell the word
in English. Do you think that the Bible was written in English?
alien without the word lie in it. So I always like to look at that and be like, not sure. But I do believe there might be something or some type of energy that people call the anti.
The word believe has lie in it. Does that mean anything you believe is a lie? Kind of a catch-22. Because you can never believe a truth, because any truth you believed would then be a lie.
Christ. And then when you take the first and the last letter of Antichrist, you get A-I. I want you guys to understand what's going to go on.
The first and last letter, Antichrist. That's just the first word of first and last of anti, not Christ. What? And no, Muslims and Jews do not talk about the Antichrist. Even most Christians don't. That's a pretty specific American evangelical thing. It has certainly got into the general Christian pop culture in America, but it's not doctrinal for most churches.
On very soon. They're going to force a transition from the dollar to cryptocurrency. They're going to go with that for about 10 years. Then there's going to be a worldwide power outage. People are not going to be able to buy or sell anything for about 3 weeks. Then the lights are going to go back on. And then they're going to tell you, you know what, that crypto isn't good enough.
Juliet says, Antichrist originally meant someone who didn't accept the divinity of Jesus. It still means that in the text if you read it. That's still pretty clearly what it means.
Now, remember they talked about this in your Bible?
Oh yeah, idiot thinks they're a genius on the bingo card. This guy's very full of himself. Where's that one? There we go.
The mark.
Yeah, mark.
You know, mark right here.
Mark of the beast.
Or right here. Where they can just scan.
There's more than one according to the lore, too. Well, again, it's just supposed to be anyone who is anti-Christ. Not an antichrist. Someone who is anti-Christ. Within the sort of evangelical rapture left behind stuff, they believe that there's an antichrist that will be a political leader, and they believe that there will be a separate entity that is not the antichrist but works with them that will be the leader of the church. So there's an evil leader of the church and the antichrist who is a political leader. Again, within that sort of left behind evangelical fictive thing.
And they know exactly how much money you have, what you did. It's gonna get there. AI is gonna bring us there. In 2027, all new...
Look at this poor woman. It's like she's spiking the lens going, are you guys fucking seeing this shit? Are you hearing this?
Cars are gonna have some kind of AI system in it where...
I'll tell you this. I'd rather be me looking like me now, making fun of this dude, than being very conventionally attractive and having to sit there and listen to this bullshit in silence.
Supposedly, if you look drunk, you can't start the car. I'm sure...
She's so over this shit.
The government isn't going to abuse that system.
It's already in Fords.
Yeah,
Ford
I saw that on Twitter.
I'm sure.
Oh, she spoke. She spoke.
The government isn't going to abuse that system because you know how trustworthy the fucking government is. You got me fucked up. Guess what that means? I'm never going to buy a fucking brand new car past 2026.
Yes.
That's what the fuck that means.
Good point. If you buy a car past 2025, actually, they can actually monitor your driving, your mileage, all from a computer far away. The Teslas have been doing this for years, by the way.
Oh no, the government will know my mileage.
Everyone that's saying, yeah, stop a Tesla, autopilot. Well, they've been testing you out for years, unbeknownst to you, to make actual automated cars drive. Like the Waymo, that's the Tesla's technology as well. So, guys, you guys have this.
Yeah, I'll never own a new car in my entire life. I wouldn't want to be honest. I don't get buying new cars. Like a newer used car, sure. New car? Why?
Ford system, you don't even know it. So, Gary's right. Gary's right.
Fresh, you know, one of the things I always do is I always tell you to go with the energy. On a 3-day, be funny, tell a few jokes. On a 4-day, work. On a 3-day, be funny, tell a few jokes.
Why did that sound like John McClane? Come on down, have a few laughs.
On a 4-day, work. Go out there and put in work. On a 5-day, you know, gotta please the woman. Make her make a few different noises. On a 6-day, call mom. Do something with the family. But on a 28-day, you chase that fucking bag. You know, 28, like Elon Musk, always think about money. Now, listen, someone's watching this and they'll be like, yo, Gary, I'm always thinking about money. Yeah, I get it, but not like a 28. A 28 wakes up, thinks about money.
Non-stop, actually.
It is.
That's disgusting. That's called greed. And it's like universally considered a bad thing in human beings. Do not make that aspirational. That's a mental condition. If you are obsessed constantly, even when you are safe and have food and shelter and everything is fine and you're doing well, if you are still obsessed with the endless acquisition of wealth, that's a mental health problem. You need to see someone. You're addicted.
It's nonstop, even with the females. All they talk about is money.
That's scary.
Do you remember Anna Nicole Smith?
Yeah, of course.
What famously average woman, Anna Nicole Smith.
Anna Nicole Smith do?
She was focused on the money. She found a guy that was way older than her.
How old was this guy?
An old man. Pretty much an old man.
90 years old. Yeah. This fucking tramp married a 90-year-old man for the bag. But see,
he's the exact kind of person that would look for like 19-year-olds or 18-year-olds and use his money to try and get them to hook up with him. But he's not okay with women that do the other side of that. Do you see the issue?
Numerology and astrology explains it. Number one, she's born in a goat year. Yeah. What did I tell you about those goats?
Oh, yeah. They're finessers, bro. They know what to say. Okay, look. Gary's strategy is flawless because every single time I meet a girl, I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me check her birthday.
Yeah, medicated person. We'll go over it after this.
And it was crazy. It always lines up. It's so insane. And the goats, they'll play you so fast if you're not careful.
Yo. This is what you need the Q app for.
Yeah.
The Q app, the best numerology astrology app ever made because it comes from this. It comes from my experience being a numerologist. And you could just put it in there like Fresh does every time he meets a new young lady.
Yeah.
All these virgins here in Miami.
Our business partner.
Yeah, okay. Don't give these people ideas. But every time you see a woman, don't you put her in the Q app?
100%. But you know what's funny about it is like before, obviously, like I was way more into like going all the way, seeing what's up. And I was just like, I don't want to waste time. I just want to.
Why waste time?
Exactly. So I just want to make sure that.
Poor people waste time.
Yeah.
People about their bag and people who are rich do not waste their time. See, the funny thing is, once you get to a certain level, your time becomes so valuable, money doesn't really cover it to a point. Like, for instance, I used to do readings 20 years ago. Uh-oh. We had it. So, back in the day, see, I lost my train of thought, man. I go in these...
You were readings back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, I used to do readings for about...
Yep.
When I started, $35.
What?
No, this is 2001, bro.
Yeah, we need soundboard in here.
2001, bro. 2001.
Okay, back then, okay.
That's a long time ago. Inflation, and body count has gone way up since then.
True.
Now, I won't even do them for 1,000. Why? Because my time is more valuable somewhere else. Matrix Universe.
You got a higher profile, and therefore more people were clamoring for your bullshit scam service. Great.
University started today. I've always been teaching you guys about numerology.
How do these guys have an audience? The bar is in hell because we are in a crumbling society and financial system that has taken everything it can away from the people of this country, and it continues to try and squeeze blood out of a stone. People feel no agency, they feel no hope for the future, so they indulge in very strange subcultures that border on new religious movements that give them some new supernatural, paranormal, or just plain fictive view of reality that makes their day-to-day bearable instead of living in reality where everything is just getting worse, potentially for the rest of our lives. Shilling scamming on the bingo? Yep. Shilling scamming on the bingo.
Numerology astrology.
Say what you will about reality. What's it done for us lately?
We have the Q app. The Q app is the best numerology astrology app ever is. There's GG33 Academy, but with everything else in life, we evolve. AI is changing everything. You guys need to be prepared for the economy of the future. Matrix University is where you can get those skills.
He named it Matrix University.
$62. That's fucking cheap as hell. You learn about AI, you learn how to code, you learn how to make websites, you
learn how to code. Let me guess, by that you mean learn words that you can use in prompts to fucking vibe. Code.
How to do everything you need to make in today's economy. Plus, I talk a little about numerology and astrology and how to actually use that for women and things of that nature. Like, for instance, she right here, she's a 7 in the cat. To be with a cat, you basically have to have some type of value. She has to feel like she can learn something from you. She can gain something. Look, see this? See this? This is how cats are. This is how cats are.
That is important too, though. I get bored
100%.
easily.
So if you want to be with a cat, you got to provide value to a cat to the point where, yo, I can learn something from this. I might pursue this.
Don't worry.
That's how it works with cats. This is the type of information you can learn in Matrix University. MatrixUniversity.co.
Let's see. We're going to look at the bingo card real quick, and then we'll see what's coming up next. Illuminati, Freemasons, Cabal. That's not how women work. Poor understanding of Eastern religion or philosophy. Thinly veiled anti-Semitism. She just meowed. Sometimes you gotta meow. 9/11 out of nowhere. Hannah puts head in hands. Doesn't understand their problem is capitalism. Hannah mentions Blu-rays. Idiot says they're a genius. Incorrect word origin is evidence. Vibes-based conspiracy. Dimension beyond our own. Shilling scamming. Uses AI. Spurious symbology is evidence. And gematria on the bingo card. Does the name of the site count as Matrix? Yes, we will add the Matrix for that. What is next?
There is emerging on the face of the earth a new human, an infinite human, and that human is you. Welcome to the Infinite Human Talk Show with your host.
Hello, you divine, infinite human beings. You're all that is, ever has been, and ever shall be. And this is part of my series, In Search of America, and I am here at the birthplace of America.
Can I mono the sound? I can.
here's a obelisk. And can you guess where I am? That is the question. Does anyone even know where it all started? I know because my ancestors came here. I am from one of the first lineages that came from England to this country and created the first lasting English.
Also, I want to amend what I said on the other stream where we found her. I think I said something along the lines of manic episode with psychotic features. I looked at more of her videos. I'm going to amend that to schizotypal personality disorder, because she's off, and she certainly has a unique way of dressing herself and presenting herself, but she seems relatively stable in the level of weirdness over the years. It doesn't appear to be deteriorating. She also does have friends. She has relationships and stuff that seem to be relatively stable. So I'm thinking more schizotypal personality disorder. I don't know, though. I do not have a degree. I went to college for psychology, but I did not graduate, so don't take me seriously. But that was just a thought I had.
Settlement. You guessed it, Jamestown. Now I'm here in Jamestown. And it's very interesting because history repeats itself until you get the aha and change it, okay? Not only you have to understand, you have to change it. And I spent the other day at ARA, the Edgar Casey, and I bought the transcripts that he had of Atlantis. These were documented.
Ooh, Atlantis on the bingo card. That's a rare one. Atlantis. Where's that? It's around here somewhere. There it is, 33, Atlantis.
Transcribed readings that he did for people. Now, he started reading, and all of a sudden, past lives started popping up, which, you know, scared the bejeez out of him. And
reincarnation on the bingo card. He gives a lot of bingo card spaces very quickly. Past lives, reincarnation.
His followers, because he was a Sunday school teacher from Hopkins, Kentucky. And then, as he progressed, another thing started appearing. The past lives went beyond recorded history into a time of Atlantis. But what he was doing was he was trying to heal people of karmic patterns that was creating dis-ease. His
Do you think when, who was the one that told the Atlantis story? Was it Plato? I think it was Plato. When Plato told the story of Atlantis, do you think there were immediately people who didn't get that it was a metaphor? Like Life of Brian, where he's like, I'm not the Messiah, and they're like, you're the Messiah. Like, immediately after he, like, told people the story of Atlantis, were people coming up to him, going like, where'd you learn about Atlantis? And he was just like, face palming, being like, oh my god, it's a parable.
readings, his hypnotic state was to help them to find cures for their ailments. And he began to...
Do you think if I brought him to the future and showed Plato still that people take Atlantis seriously and think it's literally true, do you think he'd give up on philosophy? I hope so.
A lot of stuff going on here. He began to...
I think Western thought was a mistake.
To find
maybe all thought. I don't know.
Out that a lot of these karmic patterns kept repeating themselves, and they had been from Atlantis. And in fact, I'll even go further to say Atlantis has been repeating in a time loop, an artificial time loop for millions upon millions of years. But that's aside, and that's my book.
Oh, someone has a bingo? Who did I miss? Who has a bingo? Rita V, can you please post me your card in chat? Just take the URL at the top of the page, copy it, paste it into Twitch chat, and I will take a look at your card. There it is. Thank you. Let's take a look at that. Past lives. Hannah mentions Blu-rays, free space, that's not how women work, and Illuminati. Indeed, Rita, that is a win. So let me write down your name, and whenever you'd like that gift sub for yourself or someone else, just let me know, and I will get that for you. So that is our official bingo winner for today. We'll still play for fun, but that is the gift sub. So congrats to Rita. Where did it go?
But basically, these karmic patterns keep repeating until you break them and change them. And he also said that many of these...
Well, now I know you exist, Rita, so take that.
Atlanteans, Lemurians...
The drawer of Hannah. It's very boring, I assure you. There's nothing good in here. Except the crazy people document that I keep the... I write the bingo winners on this. Thematically appropriate. The photocopied article from the Flat Earther from the early 1900s. The Fourth Doctor in a red outfit. This thing. My broken sonic screwdriver. Sad face. Human hair. A functioning sonic screwdriver. Another functioning sonic screwdriver. A Bitcoin coin. There's more. That's all you get to know, though.
Are incarnating now in this time plane because we're coming up to the same choices, the same decision, whether to recreate the past and continue in a time loop, which I call 3D Earth timeline, going nowhere, which the Hopi prophecy talked about, the two-hearted people that ends.
By the way, tip, always keep hair in your desk, so if someone's like, what's in your desk, you can show that you have hair, and then everyone's like, why do you have hair? And it's funny. Live for the bit. Die for the bit. Moral Rebel, thanks for becoming a member on YouTube.
Abruptly the line, or we're going to change the karmic pattern. So, since I am American, since I am actually from here, since I have chosen to live in another country, and I have been talking about, hey, you know, America, wake up. We've got to shift things.
Funnier if it's pubes? I disagree. I think that's a hat on a hat. I think people often make the mistake that if you make something sexual or dirty, it makes it funnier, but often it just confuses the joke. Pubes in a desk? Ew. It's more of like a ew thing. Human hair in a desk? It's more like a what? I prefer a what reaction to a ew reaction. Does that make sense?
Because I think a lot of Atlantean starseeds or whatever, you know, you're from all over. But anyway, a lot of starseeds have incarnated in America because this is where we are right now. These are the shores of Atlantis. And Atlantis was huge. It reached all the way, you know, in its great days. It kept getting...
Hats off. What do you want me to wear for the hats off, wannabe?
Smaller. But the Lemurians came to Atlantis when their continent sunk, and then it reaches from the Yucatan
purple witch hat, easy enough,
to the Mississippi
Basin. I do have to take the ears off. It doesn't fit with the ears.
According to Edgar Casey, all the way, of course, to England, and then parts of Europe and Egypt, you know, the Mediterranean, Crete, all that. So even into, okay, so it was huge. And this is a long time, but now I'm bringing this up because we are now recreating Atlantis. Here we have, and we're choosing whether to continue in that loop or to heal. So I was reading last night his transcriptions of people.
Okay, we get it. Moving on. Actually, I have to use the bathroom real quick, and then we will... Then we'll do an exorcism video, I think. So, while I'm gone, Cher will tell you all about, The Descent! The Descent. Which cut is this? Original cut. Which cut's the original cut, and which cut's the unrated cut? I don't remember if this one has the ending I like or the ending I hate. All right, I'm gonna go pee. Be right back. Which ending do I hate? I prefer the one where... How do I do this without spoiling the end? I prefer the devastating end. That's a downer to the relatively happier ending. Does that explain it? Okay. I do that movie all the time. That literally is not true. I have never put The Descent up there. I will pay you $50 if you can find me a clip of me putting The Descent up during a bathroom break.
Is Satan
I know for a fact I have never put it up before. Because I specifically went to a place I don't usually go.
agenda before Jesus comes?
To make people believe he doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a scripted one, by the way. They even got all the camera angles down. I think they rehearsed this one.
What is Satan's last agenda before Jesus comes?
To make people believe he doesn't exist.
And what will that accomplish for Satan and his kingdom?
Many souls.
Many
downer for horror is always best, I find. I agree. I watched Altered States last night for the first time, and it having a happy ending kind of pissed me off. The whole movie feels like it's a setup like The Fly, where the guy's experiments are consuming him, and he's gonna lose everything, even himself, in his work, and it feels like that's where it's going, and at the end it's like, oh no, love saved him. Love saved him? From turning into a caveman? What? Yeah, the sound mixing is terrible. Sorry.
Out! Listen! 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 Listen!
Woo! I'll turn that down. Sorry.
Look at that demon! Look at that demon! Come out of it! Come out! You spirit of death! You that are blocking his life! Look at his eyes! That's a spirit of death! Come out of his eyes! Come out of his eyes! Look at that snake too! Look at that snake! Death snake, everybody! You python! Look at that snake! Look at that snake! Oh my God! Something is happening! I said something is happening! Come out! Out! Come out! Come out of the eyes! Come out of the eyes! Come out!
You think the darker version is the UK version and the stupid version that the sequel continued was the US version? Okay.
You snake!
You've grown weary of downer endings. I would agree broadly. I'm not saying that most movies should have downer endings. I'm saying that the particular movie I watched felt thematically and in terms of the plot and characters where it was going was a story about hubris and putting like your obsession over your relationships with people around you and your own well-being. And it seemed like it was going to consume him. but then the story didn't go that way. So it just is more that it felt like a story that was setting up a downer ending that didn't do it. So.
You death. 1, 2, you demon from the waters. Let him go. Let him go. You demon from the waters.
Moral Rebel, thank you so much for a $40 tip. Thank you very much. We're getting closer to our next tip goal to read Alice in Wonderland together.
Let's go. Out. Out of his body. Out of his life.
Fire!
Out of his life.
Fire!
I said go. In the name of Jesus, I break you. I remove the curse. I break the curse over his life. I break the curse. Over his
Hire me, I could do this.
Life.
I could even do a really good demon voice. I won't do it because people get upset when I use a deep voice, but I can.
I break the curse and I remove every legal
Look at him just shimmying a little bit.
That you have on him, I remove it as the servant of God. I remove it as the priest of Jehovah. I remove it as a deliverance minister of Jesus Christ. Let this man go. 1, 2, 3, out. Out.
Tinfoil, Harold Albleman. That would go under tinfoil.
Out. In the name of Jesus, you snake.
Just wiggling back and forth.
Yourself from his back. Uncoil yourself from.
That's my favorite scene in William Friedkin's The Exorcist is when Reagan just kind of like
his spine. Out from his back. Out, you snake. Out. Out. Let every witchcraft power be broken.
I appreciate that we've provided the demon with a microphone. What the demon has to say is very important.
Every witchcraft power from his mother's side, from his father's side, going back 25 generations on both sides, I break it. I break it. I break the family altar. I break the family altar. And I command you to go. Out. 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 Go. Fire. In the name of Jesus.
Every time she says fire, I just think of Smash Brothers where Ness goes PK fire.
In the name
PK
of
fire.
Jesus. 1, 2, 3. Let this water be as fire in your eyes and in your mouth. In Jesus' name. Fire. 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 Fire.
Oh no, they're slowly waterboarding.
1, 2. Let the fire of God, let the water, living water, anointed powerful water from the kingdom of my Father. Now remove you. Holy Ghost, do it.
Oh, right in his mouth. Is he thirsty?
Out.
In the name of Jesus.
Out.
Fire. Fire. We
Out.
break the stronghold. We break the
You normally have to get consent for this kind of thing.
In the name of Jesus.
Go.
Go. In the name
Never
of
return.
Jesus. Fire.
Never return again.
In the name of Jesus.
All the way out. All the way out. All the way out. About 30 spirits have already left, but there's more. Out. This snake spirit.
Yeah, it's supposed to be holy water.
Strong man.
Steve with a Q with a link. Let's see where this goes. Oh, slippery little snake. Little slippery little snake.
Snake.
I'm a 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 snake. I'm a slithery little sneaky snake. I'm so slithery and sneaky because I'm a snake. Slithering in your garden, catching me a mouse. Snake. I'm a snake. Look into my eyes, Jungle Book. Look into my Mowgli, look in my eyes. I'm a slithery hypnotist snake. I'm hypnotizing the Indian boy, so you can, I don't know, turn on that panther and join the snake. Cause I'm a snake. I'm a slither. Look at my tongue. Cause I'm a snake. I'm a slither snake. I'm a I'm a snake. I'm a slither little snake. I'm a slither little snake.
You get it.
Out!
And then Harold Ebelman, thank you for the link.
Here's what.
Oh no, what's this music? Is this copyrighted music? Do I need to mute this? Let's mute it just in case. What?
Crawl and find.
Oh no, it's an AI song. I can play that. Those aren't copyrightable.
Here's what comes out of your body when you take carve, crawl, and find mochanon every day for 2 weeks. Day 1, you swallow 2 soft gels, nothing dramatic. By evening, a faint gurgling, something's waking up inside you. Day 3, your stomach rumbles, the carvacrol from oregano oil is dissolving. The biofilm shield parasites have been hiding behind for years.
Oh, so it gives you crazy diarrhea and you shit out your intestinal lining like jelly juice, and it makes you think you're getting rid of parasites because the internet has poisoned your brain. Okay.
You visit the bathroom, what comes out surprises you. Stringy white things, dark clump stuff that has no business being inside.
Yeah, that's intestinal lining. There's a group of people that have a paranoid delusion that they're full of parasites. So they're constantly doing weird scam diets and treatments to try and get rid of the parasites. They don't have parasites. It's sort of a form of hypochondria, basically.
A human body, don't be alarmed, that's the parasites leaving. Day 5, you reach for a cookie, your hand freezes mid-air. The craving isn't there, your bloating starts deflating. The thymokinone from black seed oil is flushing parasites out at every life stage. Now that the biofilm is gone, adults, larvae, eggs. Day 7, in the mirror, the puffiness is gone. That belly that made you look 6 months pregnant by dinner, finally going down, you button your jeans. The fabric no longer strains. Day 10, you wake up at 7 a.m. You slept through the night, no tossing, no turning, no 3 a.m. wake-ups, your brain fog.
Why is she pregnant? Because the prompt included that she's bloated and her stomach is big, and the AI is using statistical models to determine what an expanded stomach looks like, and most of its data for that is probably coming from pregnant people, so it ends up giving her a pregnant-looking stomach.
Fog lifts, focus sharpens like a laser. Day 12, you touch your skin, the roughness is gone, your energy doesn't crack.
Delusional parasitosis. Thank you. That is what it's called. I used to know that, and I forgot. Thank you.
Crash at 3 p.m.
I think chat taught me that previously, actually.
Anymore. Parasites are no longer stealing your nutrients before your body can absorb them. Day 14, your stomach is flat, your digestion runs like clockwork. You walk past the candy aisle, your eyes don't linger for a second. The sugar cravings are dead because the parasites demanding them are dead. 2 soft gels, 14 days, that's all it took. Your exhaustion, your
Oh my god. I hate everything that's happening currently. What's this one?
Out! Jesus' name! Out! Out, you snake! Out! Uncoil yourself! Uncoil yourself! I release fire on you! Fire on your head! Fire on your tail! Fire on your head! Fire on your tail! Fire! Holy Ghost fire! Holy Ghost fire! Holy Ghost fire! Holy Ghost fire! Out! Out, you snake! Out, you demon! Out, you python! Out, all the way! You family spirit! You familiar spirit! Yes, you're living! You're living! You're living! All the way! 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 All of you! All the way! I break it! I break the cluster! I break the cluster! I break the cluster! I break the cluster! And
how much do you think the fire lady gets paid? Or do you think it's a volunteer job?
I separate his spirit from you at the count of 3.
Trying to figure out if it pays more than what I'm doing currently. Chromatic Cuddlefish, thanks for 49 months at tier 2, says sneaks in just before the end of the movie. Thank you, Chromatic Cuddlefish. Welcome.
His spirit shall separate from you. 1, 2,
Yeah, there's drool all
I
over.
curse the root. I remove your armor. I remove your ring. I remove your crown. I remove
She's just an engaged audience member. Oh, that's lame.
your shield. Now I
I
remove
feel like she's there all the time.
your ring.
Or at least there's someone there yelling, fire!
I remove your ring. I remove your ring. I remove your ring. Remove it. Remove your ring. Remove your ring. Remove it. Remove it. The ring of authority in his kingdom.
It'd be funny if it was like stuck.
Remove it completely. Now take off your crown. Take off your crown. Remove your whole armor. Remove it. Remove the armor. Your whole armor. I said your whole armor. Throw down your shield also. Put down your sword also. Remove your shoes. Remove your demonic battle shoes. Your demonic sandal. Remove them. You are naked and you are helpless.
Let that altar crack and break beyond redemption.
1, 2.
No.
You don't,
Jesus,
you don't want the altar to break?
No.
Why not? Why you don't want the altar to break?
Why?
Why? Huh?
Please don't do it, Jesus.
Why?
Please don't do it, Jesus. Bumble Homestead says, what are the effects of demonic sandals?
What do you have on
If you wear them with socks, you look silly. Other than that, I'm not quite sure.
that altar against him?
I have all of his wealth, all of his glory, everything.
You have his glory, his wealth, and everything on that altar.
Yes.
That's how you're keeping him bound.
Yes.
That's how he's not prospering.
Yes.
That's how his life is not moving forward.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
So I'm going to break the altar.
Oh, Jesus, no. No. No, Jesus.
Hey.
Send after the swines.
Eh? Send us to your swine. Okay, I'll send you. You want me to go to? You want to go to the swine?
Is chat being horny? I didn't see.
No.
Horny.
I want to rule and reign.
Eh?
I want to build my kingdom here.
You want to build your kingdom here?
Yes. You wealthy Jesus. Yeah.
Hey, don't you demons love Jesus?
No.
Imperfect Rebus says, I keep using this spell on the cat, yet he keeps returning to the desk over and over. Please advise. Maybe you need work on your runes. Maybe your runes just aren't as strong as you think they are. Work on your wards, people. Very important.
You don't love him?
No.
Why you don't love him?
He is too beautiful. So handsome, Jesus. His glory. His holiness. We can't touch Jesus.
Guys, our beliefs are totally right. Look, this very real demon is here. So our religion has to be true, right? Right?
No.
Have you seen Jesus before?
Oh, yes.
When
oh, yeah.
was the last time
That
you
was
met
almost Kool-Aid guy.
him?
Oh, we used to worship him around the throne.
You used to what?
Worship Jesus.
Oh, yeah, he's clearly acting. This is a plant. He's a bad
You used
actor,
to worship
too.
him?
Yeah.
Around where?
The throne.
And what
I think
hap-
this guy is based in New York, too, by the way, so no shortage of actors who are maybe not so good and need a job. There's enough of them.
happened that you're no longer worshiping around the throne? What did you do?
Rebellion.
Rebellion.
Yes.
You rebelled?
Yeah.
Why did you rebel?
Pride. Want to be above the Most High. Yes.
It's always so funny to me that even in little psychodramas like this, Christians frame the demons like words from the Christian point of view. Like if it was really a demon, if demons really existed, and you had a demon and you were like, tell us what you did, they wouldn't be like, we wanted to be above God. The way they're characterized in like Christian mythology is that they decided to go with Satan, right? In order to go against God because they didn't see why God should be in charge. So from a demon perspective, if you're writing the demon, you don't have them say, we were going against the one and almighty God, because that character wouldn't see God in that way within the story. So you would need them to be like, you dirty humans, you subservient to that arrogant, whatever, because that's the perspective of that character. Are these people unable to, of course it'd be blasphemous. It's a demon. That's my point. Why do the demons never do anything that a demon would do? They only say and do things that a Christian pretending to be a demon would do. You know what I mean? They don't talk like a demon. Yeah. Oh, I know you were agreeing, Phoenix. I didn't mean to make it sound like I was disagreeing with you. You were absolutely right.
Wanted to be above the Most High.
Yes.
Is he giving your Bible lesson here? And people said the demons never tell the truth. Sometimes they do.
Demons never tell the truth, ever. Like, they can't even be like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Because it would be a lot. What?
Huh? Yes, the hour has come. When light meet darkness, darkness cannot stand the light.
And yes, obviously, demons would consider themselves darkness and evil. That's how beings perceive themselves.
Yes, Jesus, you know. The time is short. So we are trying to destroy as many souls as possible. You and this cool, you swat. You and this cool.
Again, you wouldn't frame it as we're trying to doom you. The demon would probably, if you were writing a story from the perspective of a demon, I guess this is more me projecting what I would write than someone else. You could write a ton of things about a demon. There's not a single take on a demon. But, if I was writing this demon, it would be more along the lines of, we are going to save you from subservience to that megalomaniacal being, something like that. Why would they frame it as, we're evil? It's just not how, sapient beings think of themselves. Evil people don't usually see themselves as evil. They have a perspective, a subjective experience from which they view the world, where they believe they're doing the right thing, or at least a neutral thing, or whatever.
Why do you crush my head with your heel, Jesus? Why?
So you demon, you were aware about the school of SWAT.
Before the foundation, everything was revealed. We know. Yes.
Did I teach you this last night?
Yes. Yay.
Wow, how convenient that something that's related to your sermon yesterday came up in today's exorcism. It's almost like you scripted and planned that. Almost.
So what you're saying is that this was ordained for this.
Do I know who this preacher guy is? Ed Citronelli Ministries.
People to come and be taught and empowered even before the foundations of the world. Huh?
You know that, Jesus. You've ordained your servant to teach this. Yes. Yes, you know. You know. Oh, yes, you know.
Now, demon. What is Satan's last agenda before Jesus comes?
To make people believe he doesn't exist.
And what will that accomplish for Satan?
Stone Corbell says, this is so silly. Human beings tend to be.
In his kingdom. Many souls. Many.
We're just smart monkeys with silly ideas. We're not doing great.
So if the people don't know Satan exists, what happens to those people?
They're lost forever.
Eh?
They're lost forever.
Human beings are great apes with delusions of grandeur.
And will you use that against them?
Oh, yes. Lack of knowledge, yes.
Lack of knowledge?
Yeah.
What happens when there is lack of knowledge?
Well, they perish. Don't you not know the word? You are the word. Yes. So many are deceived. They're sleeping. They're sleeping.
How did they upgrade from a specific demon to Satan? He just tags in sometimes.
These few here are
He did that with Pazuzu in The Exorcist.
Put your hands together for Jesus. Now, Dimo, you know where you are?
Yes.
Where are you?
Before the throne. Before the throne.
No, see, you have to put two and two together. Didn't Jesus say, where my body is, there I am in the midst of them? And if Jesus is in your midst, his throne is here. His kingdom is here. That's how it works.
Okay, that's enough of this exorcism. I wanted to go through some other stuff. I feel like I've been getting through less stuff per episode, guys, and I'm so sorry. It's been because I've been chatting more, which isn't a bad thing. I like hanging out with you guys, but I know it's been a little different ratio. So thank you for your understanding. Let's see what's next.
Everybody that popular Christianity is not biblical, and biblical Christianity is not popular. See, we
I love when Christians do this. No. Trust me, I know it's the most popular religion in the world, but only my specific interpretation is the correct one. Protestantism? What's that?
We live in a world that has remade Jesus into this soft, smiling, hippie-like, almost mascot that never offends, never confronts, never challenges, and accepts every lifestyle. A Jesus that says,
"Excuse you, I like my Jesus to validate my racism and hate towards people who think differently than me."
Live your truth. He's not threatening. He accepts you exactly how you are, exactly how you want.
That was David Icke, yes.
To live. No call to repentance, no demand to be holy, no dying to flesh. He's all inclusive. He's a feel-good Jesus, and unfortunately, that is the Jesus that most churches preach today. You know, they just preach positivity. They preach these feel-good messages where you never get your toes stepped on. And unfortunately, that's not the true Messiah. That's not the true Jesus. Real Jesus stormed the temple. The real Jesus flipped tables. The real Jesus called.
Do you remember why he flipped tables? It wasn't because someone had a boyfriend who was also a boy.
People out.
Like the instances in the Bible where Jesus does do something like that. It's because people are, like, taking advantage of people using religion. Like, the people were turning his father's house into a den of thieves by doing, like, selling animals to be sacrificed within the temple and turning it into a fucking bazaar.
Out of love, he looked the Pharisees dead in the eye. These religious, well-respected, law-following leaders. He looked them dead in the eye and he called them out. He said, "Woe to you hypocrites. You are like whitewashed tombs. You're beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, you're full of nothing but dead men's bones and everything unclean." Listen, Jesus didn't
You too, lady.
come to make everyone feel affirmed in their sin. He came to expose it. He came to confront it. He came to call people out of it, out of love. Love is telling somebody that they are walking off a cliff. Let me say that again. Love.
All right, I think you're walking off a cliff and wasting your life obsessed with making your entire personality about your religion when it isn't even true. This holier-than-thou shtick you're doing, it's not a good look. You're probably insufferable to deal with as a person because of this. It seems like you look down on everyone and think it's your place in life to just tell everyone that, oh, I accepted this gift and now I'm so holy and perfect. You need it too. Otherwise, you're not a Christian and you're going to go to hell for eternity. I just think you're full of yourself. Get over yourself. Moral Rebel, thank you so much for a $20 super chat.
Is telling somebody that they are walking off a cliff. It does not matter how much it stings. It does not matter how much it hurts their feelings. It does not matter how much it steps on their toes. When we love somebody enough, we tell them they are walking off a cliff. Matthew 10:34, Jesus says, "Do not think that I have come to bring peace to this earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword." That means a sword of division. The truth that cuts through sin. It cuts through lies. The light that exposes the darkness. Jesus didn't come to say you do you or whatever makes you happy, and neither does biblical Christianity. Biblical Christianity is narrow road living in a wide road world. It is offensive to our flesh. It is.
What's important is you're ontologically better than everyone else. Good for you.
Is going to make us uncomfortable. It is costly.
Jesus famously said to hate everyone that's different from you.
It is going to cost you friends. It might cost you family members. It's going to cost you comfort, possibly even status. The world loves this calm miracle work.
Yes. Society in which the vast majority of people are Christian sure does hate Christians. Oh, wait, they don't? And Christians haven't been persecuted in the United States pretty much ever? I guess I should say certain denominations that were not considered welcome. Catholicism, for instance. We're talking about mostly like white Protestant mainline churches.
Working Jesus until he starts talking about repentance. Until he starts talking about surrender, about dying to flesh, about carrying your cross, about exposing darkness, exposing demons, exposing false doctrine, confronting sin. The world loves a watered down gospel. And that's unfortunately what most churches, most Christians spew these days. It's just rainbows and butterflies. It's feel good words. It's positivity. It's just watered down nonsense, and it's not biblical.
If your religion doesn't primarily teach you to be a decent person and to treat other people well and to not hurt others, you got a shitty religion, man. If your primary goal is just worship some entity and not anything about human, well-being, I don't want to hear about it. Waste of time. Moral Rebel, wow, thanks for another $20 super chat, says Jesus was for universal health care. He raised the dead. Even ex-presidents can't get that type of health care.
The true gospel promises a cross to carry. So church, we need to do better. We need to rise up. We need to stop appeasing the world. Stop walking with the world. Stop justifying sin. Stop letting things fly to appease man's emotions.
Christian nationalists are literally in charge of every branch of the federal government.
Appease the world, to appease your emotions, to appease your mood, to appease your friends. We need to stop softening the gospel to appease the world. And yes, this path is lonely.
What about the part of the gospel where it says women should not teach the gospel and women aren't allowed to have any sort of role in teaching religion whatsoever? Because you're breaking that rule. That's a sin. You're sinning according to the Bible right now. Why aren't you doing something for your husband? Aren't you his helpmeet? What are you doing? Teaching the word of God. That's not your biblical role as a woman. Go have a baby.
It is unpopular, but it is the only path that leads to life. Listen,
Yeah, Paul is a piece of shit.
You are not saved to blend in. You are
Paul is the actual person I blame for Christianity.
Saved to stand out, to be
hot take.
Be the salt that stings, the light that exposes darkness. You were saved to confront sin and to spread an unfiltered gospel in a world that is literally drowning in delusion. And let me make sure I say this.
We're all mad here.
Filtered gospel is that we are saved by the finished work and the finished work alone. The death, burial, and the resurrection of the Lord Jesus Christ, and that work alone. I am watching works-based gospel, a false gospel from the pits of hell, spread all over social media like wildfire. I'm watching.
Was Paul originally named Saul and had people stoned to death? Yeah, he changed his name after he allegedly met Jesus on the road to Damascus. Guys, I totally, you know, the religious leader that you guys were following and you believe all this stuff? Guys, you're not going to fucking believe this. You're not going to believe this. I know he was martyred quite a while ago, but guys, you're just not going to fucking believe this. I was on the road to Damascus and his ghost showed up and told me I need to lead the church. Am I in charge now? And he was.
Watching very large podcasters have Catholic priests on their podcasts and agree with their doctrine. They are changing their doctrine. They are bending the gospel to conform to the lies of the enemy. I'm watching very large creators all over this app teach that we must keep the 10 commandments. They are spreading lies from the pits of hell, and they will stand before Christ in all of their pride. And they will say, I did these things. I was obedient. And Christ will look at them and he will say, I never knew you. You cannot keep going back to the temple to make sacrifices from your own hands and rely on that work. When Christ became the ultimate sacrifice, he did it. He did it all because we can't. Christ and Christ alone conquered sin, death, and Satan. And it is through his blood that we are justified in the eyes of the Lord. His righteousness, his perfection is credited to us through the blood. When we put our faith in that blood, we are justified, we are forgiven. It is not by our own works. We have to stand boldly on that truth, on the unfiltered truth in the Word of God. In these last moments, y'all, the enemy is doing anything and everything he can.
The enemy.
To detour.
Imagine believing in the universe. There's a supernatural being that, like, works to make you do bad things. That's how you think the world works. There's like a little being in another dimension that's like, I'm gonna make you steal that pen from the bank.
People away from the truth onto the broad road. It is an absolute honor to walk the narrow path in this fallen world. In this wide road world. It is an honor to call out sin out of love, to call out deception out of love, to call out and expose the darkness out of love, to call out and expose false doctrines out of love. Stop walking with darkness, stop allowing darkness, and start standing against it out of love, just like Christ did.
Okay. Do I have anything brief? Hold on, I gotta save this one for sovereign citizens. It's a conspiracy sobs it video I found today. Let's try this one. How's Roger doing? He's upset that he's not being taken seriously.
My friends, I found this very interesting. 26 minutes ago, Yale seeks Trump deal as admissions inquiry reaches Now, I don't know about admissions, but I can show you what Trump should be talking to him about. I think President Trump...
Yale was mentioned in the news, so I better use it as an excuse to complain about why no one at Yale takes my fake research seriously.
Should be talking to him about exceptional preservation of soft-bodied creatures promoted by silica-rich oceans. This was 10 years ago, November 2016. I reported this to Yale about a year or two earlier. And I did all the research, and they refused it. And the reason...
I've read some of his so-called papers. They are simultaneously depressingly and comically bad. The fact that he thinks the things that he writes are equivalent to academic work is really depressing, if I'm being honest, because he doesn't even know what he's doing wrong. Like, you're not even wrong. I don't know how else to describe the things he's written.
in my opinion, is because I had giant
Oh yeah, I did my research said by a non-researcher on the bingo card.
body parts. They came around to saying, yes, this
Roger's next door to Yale, so it's his personal nemesis. That makes sense.
does happen, but only to slime. All right, this is how easy it is to get blood out of these. I drill a hole in there and I scrape blood from a clean area. You see this? Watch this.
That's a rock.
Look at that. This is blood. It's just blood. I just put a little water
It's not blood. Why do you think oxidation isn't a thing?
on there. It's just blood everywhere. Because it's a lung. Lungs have blood in them. It's
not a lung. It's a rock.
saturated with blood. And I drilled a hole right up in this area up in here. The whole area down here is just really saturated with blood everywhere. And you can see how easy it is to get out. But you get the dry stuff and put it in a nice clean package. You do it and it came.
This rock was human on the bingo card?
Back is excellent quality. You can see, you could do a transfusion with that stuff.
No, you couldn't. What are you talking about? It's a rock with water on it.
All right, I might have shown this before, but that's all right.
This is the fucking long. Is he gonna show the goose? I'm so tired of the goose.
This is how it died, laying like this. That's why that is just as flat as you can't get any flatter than that. And this is where
Their lung was on the ground, flat? Or do you think there are flat surfaces inside the body that it was laying down on?
the aortic arch was, because the heart sits right behind the left lung, more or less. And this is pleura, which is a real rubbery fabric, so your lungs can do this all day long. And these are all the emails I sent between NASA and Yale and
NASA, I found a lung rock.
Between us, mostly it was me. Well, mostly it was almost always. Some Briggs responded to, like this one that go find a geologist. But this was the Briggs
Curious what he thinks Himalayan salt is. Meat. He thinks it's giant meat.
intro, and it's a Briggs. Like I was getting really.
Shit. Oh, fuck. Give me a sec.
Upset about this. I talked to NASA in 2016 about.
Give me a sec. Fuck. Oh, it's all in my keyboard. Shit. I spilled my Coke Zero all over everything. Give me a sec. Sorry. It's all in my keyboard. Hope it's fine. Yeah, it's diet, so it shouldn't get, like, super sticky or anything. Still annoying, but what are you gonna do? Almost done. Just want to make sure I don't get any water damage on my desk. And I'll deal with the keyboard later. Oh, damn it. What picture is this? Fuck. Sorry about that. Ah! Oh no, the keyboard's borked. Oh fuck. Oh god. Oh no. It thinks it's... Oh god. Why? It thinks the button is pressing.
This very interesting. 26 minutes ago, Yale seeks Trump.
Pause. Okay. It's... See... Oh no! Oh god! Stop! Stop! Ah! My keyboard! I do not have a spare keyboard! I'll figure this out. Give me a sec. I know I gotta unplug it, but then how am I gonna control things? Give me a sec to unplug it. I forgot it unplugs right here. Okay. There we go. Yep. Drip, 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 drip. Salt. Nope, don't say that joke. Not word association, man. Gotta have filters on that word association. You saw my porn. I didn't have porn on my computer. Keep it on my phone like a normal person. It's a joke. And if you did see my porn, you wouldn't just say, "We saw your porn." You'd make fun of my specific kinks. So let's be clear about that. Damn it! Didn't work. Alright, let's just finish off the video we're watching, and then I'll call it a night, and I'll let this dry, and hopefully it'll work later.
As admissions inquiry reached this before, but that's all right. This is how it died, laying like this. That's why that is just as flat as you can't get it any flatter than that. And this is where the aortic arch was, because the heart sits right in behind the left lung, more or less. And this is pleura, which is a real rubbery fabric, so your lungs can do this all day long. And these are all the emails I sent between
like
NASA
the shorts, thank you.
And Yale, and between us. You know, mostly it was me, well, mostly it was almost always. Some Briggs responded to, like this one that, go find a geologist. But this was the Briggs intro, and it's a Briggs, I was getting really, really upset about this. I talked to NASA in 2016 about these mud fossils and so forth, and they ended up...
Did NASA ever speak to you? I'm guessing no.
This was the NASA one. That's the NASA.
Time to splurge on a new keyboard. If you want me to get a new keyboard, leave a tip. I cannot afford a keyboard right now.
Email.
Except for, like, the cheapest of the cheap, which I might have to run somewhere and get if this doesn't dry right.
That was from January 2016.
And yes, I'd get one with a
And I gave him everything. I said, please do not dismiss
I like this keyboard. It looks like a typewriter.
I had all the evidence.
You have a keyboard? Okay, that's good.
And I sent it to him right here. They at least looked at the evidence, I think, because they ended up going to Yale. And Yale, as I showed you what happened, what they did with the evidence, that they distorted it so it looked like there was no giants. Well, I had the giants.
Giants on the bingo card.
If they didn't, it's a complete incompetence. I couldn't imagine somebody being that incompetent not to understand DNA and CAT
Where'd I get the keyboard? Amazon.
Scans and specimens and everything else that I presented. I presented everything they asked for, and they kept asking for more and more and more. And I did it, and without them examining anything. And then telling me to go find a geologist. Now that's what I think Trump should talk to them about. Okay, this is from November.
Stone Corbell with the $20 tip says keyboard, gay board, lay board. Thank you.
November 2016, exceptional preservation of soft-body creatures promoted by silica-rich oceans. Derek Briggs was the one that I originally contacted about this. And it was 2015 that earlier than that, but I think it was 2015. All right, just remember this. It's this specific layer, there's 3 layers, and it's worldwide, and they don't know how to...
Harold Elbelman with a link. This a keyboard. I think we have a keyboard in the house if I really need it. Thanks, though. But yeah, I could just get an Amazon Basics thing if I really need. Hopefully it'll dry, though, because I do like this keyboard. Where'd he go? Roger. I miss you, Roger. Where did you go? Did I accidentally cut him off or something? Like, exit out? Weirdly, the mouse doesn't work as well when the keyboard's unplugged. What in the world would be the reason for that? Oh, you're good, Haldoma.
Fossils preserved, but they are soft-bodied, exceptionally preserved soft-bodied creatures. Exceptional preserved. November 2016. Derek Briggs. All right, so that was Derek Briggs' paper in 2016. This is March of 2015. I contacted him about mud fossils. You can go back and read this if you'd like. See if I can home in on it. Well, I'll read it. I contacted a guy named Professor Berger, and he said I should contact you regarding mud fossils. I'm working with wet platy.
Professor Berger sounds like a name an anime would give an American scientist or something.
Silicate mud rocks. They're silicates. The same thing they say. The oceans were covered with silicates, super saturated. So anyway, I went on and on about perfectly preservation and nucleophilic invasion and all of that stuff. And I sent him an email and everything about it. And of course, he just poo-pooed it. And I could understand that. So I said, okay, let's work with this. And I tried to. And I mean, we went on and on and on. I mean, on. And he had nothing to do with the fact, because I believe, in my opinion, it was because I had giants and I had creatures.
Yeah, I don't think bringing up giants probably helped your case. I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
They overthrew everything that they were talking about, because all they said was a slimy petri dish. And there was no bones or teeth or any of that stuff. At the time these things fossilized, it was only slime. That puts them in Darwinism, works perfect. So Darwin wins in that fraud, which is fraud. I can't see anything, in my opinion, it's fraud. If that's not scientific, what I did, there is no science.
Doesn't understand the scientific method on the bingo card. It can't be that he doesn't understand science. If what he did isn't science, there's no such thing as science. Quite the grandiose statement. Kind of love it.
I did everything. Every test you could have done. And the specimens are undeniably anatomically exact.
They're not. Look, and it looks like a goose.
All right, when I discovered the mud fossils, I worked on them for a couple of years, and then about March 4th, 2015, I sent this off to Derek Briggs at Yale. And I told him that I had found these mud fossils, and I talked about everything that was heavy on the silicates, nucleophilic invasion, all the stuff that is true. And I called it mud fossils, and I gave him a link to video and everything. And it didn't work out well. So I think I said it before, but Derek Briggs took credit basically for my work. Exceptional preservation, promoted by silica-rich oceans. They soft-bodied creatures. This Edicara that's just some fluff they threw in there to make it sound important.
I don't know what these words mean, so they just threw them in there to sound important. I've never heard a person more sure of their own genius and less aware of their own shortcomings. Wowzers.
And this is Derek Briggs, the same guy I reported to a year earlier with all the evidence. And by the time of this, I had already had DNA and CAT scans and everything done, and it was in my opinion, because they were so big. They were creatures, and they said they were just slime. That's all it was. See this? They just came out with a new research reveals why these Ediacara biota were so exceptionally preserved. It's because of mud. They're mud fossils. This is now in the mainstream. It can't be denied anymore.
It's not in the mainstream, Roger. It's not talking about the thing you believe about.
I have the evidence.
He always does this. There'll be some article or paper about something whose title bears some vague similarity to a concept he's been thinking about, but only like by word association. The concepts are generally entirely different, but he'll still claim that they stole his research, even though he doesn't do research. He doesn't even know what research is.
I've had it forever. This goes back to 2016 when Yale took credit for my work. Exceptional preservation. I just showed you that. And
nice quasi spec. How?
What they touted in a university paper. And this is from Yale's paper. 2016.
That's
just
good.
when our paper was released. They say everything came. Earliest life was a community of complex sea creatures lived in a warm, slimy, planetary petri dish. No, by this time, they knew that I had giant body parts that were completely scientifically authenticated. I think Trump should ask them about why they wouldn't look into that. All right, here you have.
Every crackpot thinks Trump should look into their specific thing.
Yale.
Very funny.
How Trump rewrites defeat as victory. I don't like any of this. I don't like the war in Iran. I don't like the fact that they had nuclear capabilities and they had things that we probably didn't know about. I'm not defending Trump, but I would like to see Trump look into Yale, not just for their admissions policy, but for their failure to do their fiduciary duty to their students. And I'll show you why. All right, this is what happened. I didn't have this DNA tested, but you can see it. It's obvious.
This DNA as he holds up a rock.
That's where the muscle came in. This is the hair shaft. That's the sebaceous gland. That's the root. And right there is the two little papilla at the bottom. It's 2 inches wide. I didn't have this DNA tested, but I had some other ones DNA tested, and here they are. I had this DNA.
I like that even he's not like, I didn't test this, but like, looks like a thing, so.
Tested. That's a left human hand. And if you put your hand back like that, you're going to have a tendon right there. See it? You'll have right there. And these, of course, the bumper pads. That's the cleave in between the two pads. This silvery looking stuff is grip skin. And it's the real tough stuff. It's like a rubber glove on your hand. And it peels right off. Now that I had tested, DNA tested, and CAT scan. I have fingers from here. Here's some fingers. That's the back of the finger. That's the tendon. It's another big tendon. That's blood supply right there, and that's blood supply right there. One of them's black and one of them's whitish looking. It's because of the two, you got an artery and vein coming black. This is the bone, and this is the same from the same hand, this finger. You see the
Is his arm looking
the
thinner?
fingernail
I think so. He's getting up there in age. So, probably that.
would have been. This is too deep.
Or he started Ozempic.
All the research, and they refused it. And the reason, in my opinion, is because I had giant body parts. They came around to saying, yes, this does happen, but only to slime. All right, this is how easy it is.
Okay. So that's Roger. Let's see, we're going to raid on... Oh, I can't. I can't. Huh. Because I can't... Oh, duh. Keyboard. How? But I can't search for on-screen keyboard because I don't have a keyboard. Who's live right now? Anyone? Does anyone know? Can you look for me? Oh, you can raid through mobile. I'll do that. Duh. Oh, it's okay. It was my own fault. I should have kept the cap on it. That's my own fault. Live and learn. So let me open up the Twitch app, see who's live. Tomorrow is the 1st, so I'll be taking tomorrow off. You won't see me tomorrow, but I will be back Thursday with Cassifel, and I'm going to try to stream much more in the coming month of July, because some stuff happened in June where I couldn't stream as much, so hopefully July will be full of streams, some of them longer. Should be fun. So tomorrow I'm taking off, and then the 3rd I'm taking off because I'm going to a Weird Al concert. I actually might not take it off. I'll maybe stream in the day, because it's not till the evening. Anyway, let's see who is live that I can raid. Maybe Cooker28? I don't know. How do I go to my own chat? Sorry, I don't use Twitch very often. My own chat! Stream manager. Late. Oh, it's me. Where's the chat? Oh, look, it's me. Again. There we go. Raid Cooker28. Why does it do that? I'm almost done, I swear. Sorry. That should work. There we go. All right. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see you Thursday with Cass. Bye, everyone. Have a great night.